What's going on, Need to Know family? We are back with another episode, but before we dive into episode 181, we want to swing it over to our guys, our family, our people. They believed in us since day one, and they always want to make sure your wrist is kept clean. Rasta Clyde.
That is right. Rasta Clyde is all about inspiring and challenging human beings to keep positivity on the forefront of everything they do by being inspired, doing good for themselves, doing good for others, and educating oneself.
Yeah, so when you go to rastaclyde.com, at the checkout, make sure you include Need to Know for 20% off if you missed the Memorial Day sale, which was through that weekend. It's all right. We got you, okay?
Rush that.
It is no longer site-wide, but if you check out using our code, you can get 20% off. Again, if you have a Zodiac fetish, right? I know a lot of y'all, it's Gemini season. Ladies, fellas, I already know the season is in. Y'all a little, I know y'all a little difficult to be with. But regardless, if you have a partner and you just want to cop a beautiful gift for them, even if it's in advance, even if their birthday, if they're a Scorpio, you can still cop the bracelet for them today using our code for 20% off. Again, that is rastaclyde.com. Guys, fellas, I know you may not be able to afford the bust down on your wrist, okay? I understand you look at your favorite rapper and they got Daytonas, they got Cartiers, they got all these exclusive name brand things that may be out of your budget, and it's okay. You can still look clean, feel good about yourself using Rasta Clyde. So please make sure y'all go to rastaclyde.com, get a bracelet, get a few. It's NBA basketball playoff season. Y'all could go rep your favorite team. If you want to go for the Warriors, go cop a Warriors bracelet. If you in Boston, you want to go get a Boston bracelet, y'all could do that too. That is rastaclyde.com. Need to know at checkout for 20% off.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? You know we're recording that? You guessed it, the hmdstudio.com. If your mother wants to do a podcast, if your father wants to do a podcast, if your ex-girl want to do a podcast, you can come right here to hmdstudio.com. We also have a recording studio as well, and we do events if you want to do something like a listening session, our cloud sessions, all kinds of dope things, creative space that's made just for you.
Yeah, and after you visit HMD Studios, make sure y'all head over to Patreon. It is the Need to Know podcast, additional content. This episode was cut a little bit short, I will let you guys know. Because we had so much to talk about, we brought half of the conversation over to our Patreon about Michael B. Jordan, about an anonymous name I will not reveal because you just gotta go over there to talk about. But we are getting to the shits over at Patreon. So if you feel like you need more of the Need to Know podcast, feel free to head over to our Patreon for more content. We are dropping 2 episodes a week. That is right. We drop an episode every single Monday over there, audio and video, and also on Thursdays as scheduled. Alex, talk to us, brother.
Are we talking on Need to Know?
Patreon, anything.
Speaking of Patreon, we're gonna have an exclusive announcement available for them first, because we have a very big surprise coming on Monday.
That's true.
I've been waiting for this my whole life, not gonna lie.
That's true.
And when you guys see what it is, you guys are gonna see why I'm so freaking excited about
BS.
this. But keep a lookout for that.
Right, something for the Need to Know family members. We know it's been a while. You know, a lot of COVID has messed up a lot for us. So just know we want to see the people.
Yeah, we want to see y'all. We want to feel y'all. We want to feel the energy in the room. So we do have an announcement coming shortly. But before we get into all of those good things, this episode we spoke a lot. We spoke about Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. What else did we speak
spoke about Dev's fear of dolphins.
Yeah, hold on, man.
Fucking murderers.
And cats.
Dolphins are murderers. Cats.
Dolphins.
My loath of
music.
cat.
We had a good music conversation.
Absolutely.
We had a long conversation about texting and drunk texting and all that shit.
And how you gotta stop
yeah.
Reggie reveals stories. I like that. When she tells stories.
I ain't gonna lie. I love, like, and I'm gonna say Reggie in the street stories.
I like her street
Back
stories.
In the street, yeah.
I like hearing about Reggie
when
street
I met
stories.
you guys, I was a changed, healed woman.
See that?
I was
so
not
grateful.
like that in college.
Hey,
None
of us were.
Yeah, facts. I was a fucking animal.
So grateful. But again, if y'all do want more content, head over to Patreon. Also, Rasta Clyde, and we are gonna start this episode now. We hope you enjoyed. That is what you need to know when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. Now, tune in. 3, 2, 1.
I'd be sorry for both. Not even because I got caught. I just be like,
We recording?
You could be sorry for like 2 things at once. I could be sorry for getting caught, and I'd be sorry for like hurting you.
So my thing, I got caught. It really wasn't cheating, and the only reason I say it really wasn't cheating is because, and that sounds dumb as fuck.
You know we're on the air.
Yeah, I know it was, but it really wasn't cheating because what happened was we were on like some type of, we broke up. Like at that moment, it was like a fresh breakup.
Okay.
It was a fresh breakup.
Okay, honestly, that's not cheating. Like, you guys are broken up.
But the way she caught me the fucking campus was like, this nigga cheated. Like the whole campus was on my ass for that shit.
Would you?
But that's technically not cheating.
Because she caught me in the room.
Oh shit!
It was a rap.
tough.
That shit went rampant. Like everybody, because she screamed. It was a fucking scene. Everybody was.
really?
But Dev, you can't be the popular guy and cheat.
I wasn't.
Yes, you can.
It was college.
Yes,
I
you
wasn't
can.
what I have
Ass
now.
You
niggas.
can't be the popular guy and cheat, bro.
Yes, you can.
You was the R-way who used to throw all the parties, who got kicked out of college for being that guy.
He was him.
You cannot be the popular guy and cheat, bro.
Yes, you can.
That's
Because
not true.
Because then all their friends want to fuck you now.
Okay.
Yeah, we getting splazy. Now
Are
you get
you-
to
are you
a deeper
speaking from
conversation.
experience?
Hey, I'd like to talk
No,
about
it was
popular
that-
niggas, right?
I
What's
do.
up?
Yeah.
It was that one time.
It was that-
I don't want to say anything because I respect the other
Listen,
chick so much.
it's
But
okay.
it,
It's okay,
yeah,
she's not
it
listening.
happened. I hope she's
We've
not.
all cheated, right?
No.
We caught that. No.
Nah, you know you got to start cheating when you know they cheating on you.
I have a
I don't
friend
do
like
that.
that. She's like mad. She's good. Like she's
yeah.
a great girl. But once she gets cheated on, she just cheats right back.
She let it off.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
lets off.
Nah,
She's like,
cheat
you
off.
did it first.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of cheat offs.
We know Savon.
I've always been
We
a fan
know
of cheat
Savon.
offs. Yo, if you
Gotta
gonna
keep
cheat
score.
on me, like, all right, let's run it up. Let's run the scoreboard.
I'm not
up.
doing that.
Like, who can get to 21 first?
That's how chlamydia started.
Let's play a game with 21.
See?
Like, you know I'm wild competitive. Y'all know this about me. Y'all know
Cheat
I
off.
don't want to lose. So even if I get cheated on, like now I gotta beat you in that.
I'm so hurt that I can't even bring myself to fuck anybody else at that moment. Like I'd be so hurt. I'm like, I can't even fuck nobody.
Oh, you one of them.
Yeah. If you cheated on me, bro, like the girl, I remember I told you the girl that was in a sex cult. That hurt so much to know that there was multiple dicks hitting her at
Without
once.
context, you just be like, yeah, the girl that was in the sex hole, you know? Like,
Yeah. You listen to this podcast. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
yeah, you guys better know what he means by
That's a
that.
fact. If not, go to the Patreon. You really know what the fuck I'm
You
talking
feel
about.
like you got cheated on, your dick stopped working? That shit happened.
I feel like my horniness went away.
Okay.
I wasn't horny
That's
no more
interesting.
because I was just thinking about her.
That drive.
Yeah.
The drive turns into something else.
It got weird.
Anger.
So
Yeah.
when is it appropriate for you to like fuck through the pain?
When you just
Like for you personally.
Okay, for me personally?
Like, have you ever had that moment where you're like, you know what, I'm going through it, I'm gonna just fuck through this?
Absolutely. After I know, like, oh, it's dead, it's clipped, and I'm alone, it's like, I'm going to fuck my way out of this pain. Absolutely. And
got
I'm one of them niggas.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
fuck my way out.
But does it actually work? I think everybody, that's like a human reaction. Just get it somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
But like, does that actually feel good?
Yes.
It feels great.
It feels
does?
amazing.
Okay,
Yes.
I believe it.
is
I'm not saying it's not,
It's
but I'm
better than
saying-
sitting there saying, I need to be alone
Nah,
myself.
you got to fuck your way out of the pain with the partner you was dealing with.
Huh?
No, that's
No,
a
because
different
then
kind
you
of
can't
sex.
ever let go of each other. You guys are still indulging
That
in
part.
like that cycle.
When
But
my,
sometimes like the toxic fluids, those are the best kind.
yeah, but nah.
Like when she's coming and you coming and you know it's just filled with toxins.
No.
It's like, oh my God.
You know,
catch it.
Savon's mother listens to this podcast.
Oh, she does.
She
Hey,
does.
Mom,
There
how
you
you
go.
doing?
My
And
mother
Dev's
too.
mom. What's going
Facts.
on,
I'm
Mom?
trying- I was
sorry,
trying to
Mom.
find a screenshot.
But they was fucking, that's how we got here. So
That's a fact. I don't want to think about that, but cool.
Oh, I hate him.
That's fine. For me, listen, bro, when it comes to that shit, it's not for
Our
me.
parents are human, and I think as we get older, I think we start to relate to our parents in a different way.
That's true.
They
yes.
are human.
No, yeah.
I'll be 1,000% honest. Like I love my parents. I love my mother. But you know, my mom, she got 5 kids.
Okay.
So for me, I'm thinking like, yo,
Relax.
I don't got one, and I don't want one at the moment.
Okay.
But when I do, it's like, I bet we go work this thing out. We go figure it out. Cool.
Facts.
But to think about 5,
That's a lot of kids, bro.
that's a lot.
You wouldn't. How many kids would you opt to?
I
like,
want 2.
You want 2?
I want 2.
That's the most.
mean you
That's
gonna
the
get
most.
full.
I want 2 healthy kids. I don't care,
Aw.
boy, girl,
Yeah.
girl,
Right.
boy. I do want a girl in there somewhere.
Me
just
too.
because I feel like I need to be like that girl dad type shit.
Yes.
And I also want a boy. So hopefully I get 1 and 1. But
Right.
however it happens, I just want a healthy baby.
Got you. I want to raise a woman. I always said I want to raise a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
we just talked about this recently. I figured out my man. He wants all girls. I never knew that.
Wow, this is a very interesting perspective.
Wait,
from
hold
a-
on. So
Who?
cute. Who?
Who?
Her
Who
man.
wants
Her
all,
man.
oh, he
Her
wants
man.
all girls?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
This is-
all
Yeah.
girls.
Isn't
That's
that
interesting.
cute?
I want to know why you guys, because I do think I want a girl too, but why? I can, let me speak first, right? See,
You
I
just
never
want your
had
little
my
princess.
right.
Yeah.
See, the other side of it for me, at least, I never had my dad in my life.
Okay.
So I would kind of like to groom a male.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if
Okay. I
like
do think I still
groom-
want a daughter.
Okay.
Is groom the right
raise.
word? Okay, yes.
Raise.
I'm
Raise.
sorry,
Sorry.
not groom. Sorry.
So
It has a
raise.
negative
Political
connotation.
Yeah, bro, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
realize
no
that.
groom.
I was having a conversation with
Yeah,
somebody,
it's
and
a
I said,
weird word.
like, hey, we
Oh,
got a
really?
groom. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. And then it was like, hey, wait, stop. That's
I mean, when you're talking
an
about like
appropriate
hair
word.
and stuff, groom is an actual word, but
Sure.
groom is usually used for like
Yeah.
older people who
Oh,
you know
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
groom.
Oh, yeah.
But I
No,
didn't realize
nasty.
that.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
It's
Sometimes
newer.
with this like cancel culture and like everybody being hypersensitive, like I am so detached from certain things.
Yeah.
Like I just learned what the
idea.
word incel was while recording a podcast with Alex a few years ago.
Okay.
Like I learned what that word was on air because I'm so far removed from certain lifestyles and just terms. Like I didn't realize groom was one of those words.
Yeah.
So when Alex said it, I heard it and I understood what he was saying. But I know there's some people that hear that and they're like, wait, hold up.
What's up with that?
Alex, what you over there doing with your son?
exactly.
No, you
Hey,
nasty.
can I say something about that? You know, one thing I think that's why I grant people grace when they make mistakes, as far as like when it comes to their words, because I think we live in such a time where it's like, holy shit, we're finally understanding each other a lot better, and that's how you know we're starting to understand each other a lot better, because we're starting to see like, oh, that's offensive, oh, that's offensive. So I do grant people grace because we're all fucking learning. Like there's plenty of shit that a lot of us say that is still offensive. You know what I mean? That
And
we're trying
unlearning.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, what a word!
Because a lot of people are just like, how could you not know that? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
know.
I'm not a. I don't
Some
know.
of that shit y'all should know.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I ain't finna let some of y'all off the hook now.
Of course.
Y'all should know how to
I'm
cook that
talking
white
about-
rice in the. All right.
Oh yeah, well obviously,
All right, my
you know, you
fault.
say you don't say the N word. We all know this, right? Like we should all know this. I don't care if you live in West Bubble, fuck,
Sure.
Tech, wherever. You shouldn't say that.
They be getting it off though.
Sure they
Be
do.
getting it off, bro.
Where you going?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I be playing Xbox, you on the video games, bro. And if I kill somebody on Warzone, like I'm a Warzone guy. Like that's what I do. A lot of people ask me like, yo, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Okay.
I like to play video games if I'm not working because it's the one escape that I have in my home.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
You just drop somewhere and the other day one of my boys, and he says nigga all the time, like it's in his vocabulary.
Is he white?
No,
Oh, he's
he's
black.
Spanish guy.
Oh, Spanish.
guy.
Okay, okay,
But
okay,
you know,
okay.
it's a part of the culture. It's a
part of
wide
culture.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not going there with somebody. It is
Right.
what it is. Debate with your mother, not me.
Damn, really? Because a lot of people have like Spanish friends and they like correct.
Well, I tell him, look, this is cool
Yeah.
within our circle, but if you get outside and a nigga check you, you on your own. Like I need you to
You on your own,
understand that everybody treats it differently. Now he's not a white guy. So
Okay.
if he was a white guy, I would treat that a little bit different.
Okay.
He's Latino. He grew up around a lot of black people. Like
Yeah.
a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans in particular, Mexicans, they grew up in certain communities where that word is just used. The music they listen to is just used. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people just hear like Hispanic or Latino and they think they come from their culture, but you could be Latin American. And when you're in some of those sub communities and it's blended in, you're just growing up and you're a part of it. So I understand the nuance of that. And
Me
again,
too.
I'm not encouraging anybody to say
I get
anything or
what
do
you're saying.
anything.
Nah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm
If
also
you come
the
from these
friend
neighborhoods, you understand.
where it's like, yo, my guy, when we go outside and we with our people, I'm with my people and my brothers, my family, whatever. And if you say nigga and somebody doesn't like that, I'm not sticking up for you because you understand the magnitude of that word.
Okay.
You're gonna get jumped on
Understand
the
when and how to use it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like between me and you, I don't give a fuck, my nigga. Like I make jokes about being in Puerto Rican communities and eating food. Like it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural understanding. But when you get outside our little bubble, you gotta understand the magnitude of that word.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about this. I've thought about this once or twice, like in my life. Like there's certain cultures that, like I got friends that are like Hispanic and stuff like that, Latino, and we say it, but I never think twice about it because I know, like I just know it's just nuanced. Like we grew up in
nuanced.
this shit, so it's not. I never got that
Absolutely.
vibe. Like I never ever got
either.
offended.
Me
I got that
either.
vibe. It was just natural because that's how we talk.
It's in the same community,
It's
bro.
interesting to put a light on that though. It's very
course.
interesting.
Because these communities, some of the the minority hoodies. Wow, that's crazy.
Minority hoodies?
What is that about?
I don't know.
Minority neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Be black people and Hispanic people.
Right.
A lot of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
So then it
J-Lo,
gets. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine,
I
yeah.
interrupted.
No,
so,
you're good.
J-Lo is solely like she's Latina, right?
I think Puerto Rican.
Okay, so
believe
I know what
so,
you
yeah.
meant.
no,
bring
okay,
up.
because there was like a video of her saying the N-word, and then and no, and then people were like, "Yo, like we get it, like don't say the N-word if not black, but you're not about to tell a Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx not to say the
That's-
N-word." And people were that
Yeah,
tweet got like mad retweets. I was like, "Damn, I don't know." So
It went
some
weird,
people
yeah.
get up, and people are like, "Some people get a pass, some people don't."
Yeah.
Like
So-
Dr. Umar, we know where he stands.
Did he
You
say
get what I'm saying? Like we know what Dr. Umar is gonna say if he sees
boy.
my Puerto Rican friend. Like, yo, what up, my nigga? Like, I know what's about to happen. But there's some circles, like if my boy walked in and he was like, yo, what's good, nigga? I don't think anybody would look twice about it because you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not. It's the intent behind the word. It's the nuance. It's the
Yeah,
community.
yeah,
it's the root. It's the music. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But again, this is not a platform that's giving out passes.
no? We do
So
not have them.
Don't think, I don't own those. I'm just speaking.
We're just talking
to my
our walks of
truth
life, yeah.
and what I'm comfortable with, and like you said, my walk of life. So, just going back to that. So my boy, damn, what the fuck were we talking about?
I forgot.
Oh.
We
He
talking about
said,
Texas?
N-word.
Oh yes, we was
Warzone.
talking about how Warzone and people just go crazy with the N-word and like they really give it up crazy. Like
I hate that.
I could understand. I see how
It's a different world.
it still lives because when you're in the comfort of your home and you're playing video games and your draws and you get mad and you just say, "Oh, you fucking."
They be
They
wilding.
just say it with the hardest roar, like I'm gonna.
But that's like
please,
that's
please.
not good though. Just because you're in like a just the comfort of your own home, that doesn't mean you can
But
get
it
off
is also
there either.
faceless. It's
Yeah.
faceless.
I know.
These
So
people
if I
don't
just
exist to
shoot
you.
you in the
That's
fucking
true.
video game and you die. No. It's like, oh, what he's just said to me.
Yeah,
and my
bro.
boy,
And you
please
can-
mark that. And my boy, he's Puerto Rican, and he says nigga all the time.
Yeah.
But he was like, yo, bro, like, I just shot this dude, and he just said the N-word. I'm like, bro, what you mean? He said, bro, it was so vicious. It was so much hate.
and you could hear
that
in the
I
tone.
can't even repeat it,
Right.
although I use the word in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
It's
And you can hear in the
hit
tone it wasn't
different.
another black person.
It hits a lot
It hit
different.
different. It hit
You know what's funny? And I won't say what my Xbox back in the day, my Xbox Live, I suffered from that same problem when it my old ass, when it just started, like playing on Call of Duty, like online.
yeah,
We used to play World at War on
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah, yeah.
And I remember my name, I was getting so mad at being called the N-word so much that I changed my name to something real special. I won't tell you what it is, but
Tell
boy,
us.
You called yourself a ginger?
niggas were scared of me. I was calling myself something crazy.
We can mute. We could bleep it. I'll bleep it.
I don't want this on no
You don't
way.
want it. You don't want it.
No,
Airwaves.
because you're gonna die laughing. I'll type it. Go ahead.
What
I'll
could
type
it
it.
be?
I
type
have
it.
no idea what it could be,
I'll type
and I won't say it. I won't repeat
Yeah, don't
it.
say it. Matter of fact, I'll text it to all y'all.
I will not repeat it. I will not repeat
Y'all are gonna fucking be like Devvon. Come on, bro.
Come on, man. I know you better than that.
There you go.
it. Yo, you didn't. That's not real, bro. That's
swear.
not real.
I swear.
There's no way you did
I swear.
that.
I swear.
Actually, that's not like that
Yeah, but
Oh, you named yourself a murderer.
bad. Hey, just say it.
An American history.
You know what? There's a lot of There's a lot of murderers in
Anybody
American
who
history.
guesses in the comments who we're talking about, you get $5.
facts. Guess in the comments who would
Yes.
I named myself after.
Think of a famous killer. No, don't.
Oh my god.
A slayer, if you
Because
will.
if we give like this one specific clue, everybody's gonna know.
Everybody gonna know. So
yeah,
don't do it.
I'm
Don't
leaving
do
it right
Because
there.
it's wrong. I shouldn't. It's wrong. But I was being
Nah,
called the
that's
N-word
not
a lot.
wrong.
I don't
That's
know
not
if it's wrong.
I
That's
was
not
being
wrong.
called the N-word a lot, so I was just like, "Yo, fuck this!" Like, I'm so mad, but it was fucked up. This was when I was young. This is fucked up.
That's fire.
How did we get here? We were talking about having daughters.
Oh, I want to raise a woman, right? And then I was saying
After all of that, though.
yeah,
I want like 5 kids.
me too.
I cannot wait to be a mom.
Come on.
I know I'm gonna be such a good mom, so I
Y'all
cannot
got
wait.
monies.
What?
Y'all
It's
got
not about
monies.
It is not even about
Oh, so
money.
you one of those? You think about
I'm
kids
not
and like
I'm
money?
not like scared to have kids. Like
Yeah, me
I'm like
either.
very excited to have kids.
All my
I
fr-
don't think my life is over when I have kids. Like I think life gets better.
I think mine is pretty much over when I have kids. But
I'm trying to be
But
positive.
I feel like
it's
it
over.
is
It's
so
clear.
But you
important.
low key got one.
Yeah, you definitely have a
exactly,
kid in
and it's been over.
They're referring to leave-ins, by the way.
It's over when you have kids. I'm at this nigga.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's so
kidding.
important to get out all your fun in your whatever whether that be your 20s, early 30s. I tell my friends to like really bank on that, like because it's like I don't think a lot of people that have kids a lot of the times understand the responsibility or understand how much hours and time it actually takes away from the things you did normally. Yes. You used to wake up and just go work out. Now you got to feed baby.
I think about that all the time.
But a lot of people
Feed baby.
Feed baby. Now you got bananas in the mouth. Look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of those people don't do it. Like in a moment, it feel like, oh, I'm pregnant. There's a lot of excitement. And how could you not be excited about bringing
life.
a new bundle of joy?
Yeah.
But I come from the school of I'm gonna get this fun off.
Yeah.
All the way off.
I hear you. I'm selfish. I'm still selfish.
I'm mad selfish.
I'm sorry.
We gotta admit that though.
I'm still selfish.
People don't be admitting how selfish they are before they have
Yeah.
kids.
I want to be able to sit in my house and go, I'm going to go write a song and go downstairs. You know, not going to have to take little Devvon fucking loud ass because I know you're going to be loud. I know you're going to be.
You have to,
She gonna be
you
loud
have to
as
cater
hell.
your schedule to their like sleep schedule
Yes.
and stuff like that.
And I am not good with sleep.
But I don't know. I'm just like open to it because I know a lot of young parents, and yes, it's a huge responsibility. Your whole life changes,
Right.
but I still see them like living their life like they just go on vacation sometimes, like find someone to watch the kids. I know it's not that easy, but it's doable.
You just
so.
seen the happy part.
That's a fact, and I know that.
I know.
Can I tell you something?
I mean, it's gonna be hard. I know.
I got
but, like,
friends that tell me what the fuck really going on, and I'd be like, they be like, don't do this shit. I'm telling you, don't do this shit. I'm like, yo, stop, don't tell me that. They're like, no, I'm dead ass. Don't do this shit.
But that's
do
why
it-
I
no,
like
do it when you're ready.
dogs. That's why I like dogs.
Huh?
That's why I'm a big
I
proponent
love
of
dogs.
dogs
I love
because
my
they're
dog.
self-sufficient. Like,
It is.
When a kid comes into the earth, I
definitely a
want them to
cat.
just be wild self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Like I just need you to
But
do
dogs
everything.
aren't self-sufficient.
Nah, they are.
Yes,
The
they
only-
are.
They
Are
are.
they?
They can
After
chill in
you-
the house. They can chill in the house by
You're
themselves.
saying
like a
after a while?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie though.
imagine
Cats
a
get
cat-
off rip.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
They
Cats be
mean, though.
independent off rip.
Oh,
Yeah,
cats
but they
don't-
don't love you though.
No, cats don't even want to be around other cats. They want to be like alone all
Yes.
day.
Cats are
I
not
respect that.
dope people.
I really
Cats are
respect that.
fucking assholes. You're right
No,
though.
they're not.
Yes, they are. Cats are assholes.
They get a bad rep because I always defend cats because like people say I have like a cat personality. I just want to be
They saying
home
you meow?
alone. Like, don't touch me. But yeah, I don't know.
They said you pussy.
Yo, he wanted to get that
I
off
don't
so
know.
bad.
I kind of am a pussy though. I don't like fighting. I don't like.
But
yeah.
you was all right.
I'm self-aware.
She leaned right
Hey.
into it. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
love that.
yeah,
I
why
love
I'm
not?
not a cat guy. I'm a dog guy. I think cats are real assholes. I'm not saying cats should live forever. That's great. But cats are assholes. I don't like cats. They're assholes.
You're gonna meet
And
an
murderers.
affectionate cat, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, this is not so bad."
Cats are murderers.
Do they have hypoallergenic cats?
Some.
Is that a thing?
Wait, what?
I'm allergic to some cats,
Yeah.
and some cats I'm not.
Okay.
So that too. So
Wait,
Your
what?
life sucks.
You don't know if this one's gonna give
Like,
you the.
I don't know which one. Like certain, I'm like, oh, you got one of them cats that'll give me. Like, you know what cat? The color is the one that's like the dirty looking one. That's like brown black.
Nah, I'm allergic
Like
to that
brown
shit
black.
too.
That sounds cute.
That's the one that I see that. I'm like, oh, it's a rat.
Those are like stray cats though. They should not be in a home.
I guess.
The brown black
Say
niggas
on.
need to stay on the
He
street.
been in the hood all his life. He just got out. You got
That's racist. But the brown black cat is the one that makes me sneeze.
Keep the
That's
niggas
fucked up. I'm
outside.
racist.
Nah, keep them niggas-
The brown black
No,
cat.
I've seen a lot of cute brown black cats.
I have seen some too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not shabby. They look nice,
Nah,
but they
those
make me
shits-
sneeze.
They always scruffy. They always scruffy.
Come a little character.
They always scruffy.
Cats are asshole. Why do you? I don't want cats. They're assholes, and they're murderers. Like, I don't think if you put a bird in front of a cat, he's gonna fuck that cat. He's gonna fuck that bird up.
And a dog won't do that.
Nah, a
Yeah,
dog. I can be
dogs
like,
will
don't
do
do that.
that.
And he'll be like, all right.
No, dogs will do that.
Yeah, no. If I tell my dog like, don't do it, that cat is gonna be like, fuck you. This nigga's dead. He's getting iced.
I don't
Cats
know.
are
There's
murderers.
a lot of aggressive ass dogs. Let's not.
No, that's true. But I think I can tame the dog easier than I can tame the cat to not be a murdering killer. Cats are
But see,
murderers. Y'all
nah,
know they
nah,
come
I
from
don't like that.
lions.
Let me stick up for the cats.
What happened, Dev, to you with you and a cat? Because I sensed some experience.
Have you ever watched compilations of like lions and jaguars murdering
But
animals?
we're not
But we're
putting-
talking about kitty cats.
Yeah.
We're
They
not
come
talking
from
about
them.
lions.
That's their cousins.
But, okay, so do you want me to bring up like
Don't
wolves
do
and
that.
shit? Like,
See, that's racist.
That's not racist.
Bro, that's
Wait, okay,
racist
how
as
is that
hell.
racist?
Don't
That's
talk about-
animalist.
Nah, bro,
That's
I'm
animalist.
not
It
doing
is.
that, bro.
What?
That's wild. You're
is.
talking about like the little cats that you
is.
domesticate. I don't even know if that's a word.
It is. Domesticated
All right,
cats.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You put those in your home,
Yes.
and you're comparing them to the shits that's in the jungle. That's not the same.
That is
is
the
that
same.
racist?
They come from
Devon,
them.
not the same.
because
They have
you
that
know-
same bloodline, that same DNA, and
All right,
they,
so we can
they are
say
like that.
them dogs is hyenas, right?
and the lions.
They come from that.
Yeah.
But we have learned to tame those dogs.
We've learned
right
to
or
tame
right.
I love
cats
it.
are tamed. They be chilling all
Let's stay here.
day.
You want to know why I
Devon.
say that's racist? You want to know why? Because and it's
not
wild.
racist.
It's
I'm trying to
I
hit
don't
it.
know what he's about to
My
say.
brain just
Yeah.
went to this shit.
Try to hit
Bro,
this.
remember they used to call black people monkeys?
Oh my God, I'm not
What?
doing this.
You
I'm not the
can't-
conversation.
No,
I'm not the conversation about this.
But you don't
Say
have
what?
to have a conversation. I'm telling you why it's racist.
Why?
Like, a little baby cat that you have in your home is not like, sure, they may be in the same family. They might be whatever. They don't come from each other. They don't come from each other, bro.
Okay.
They don't. They
I
can't.
mean, they do come from
They
each
do
other.
come from
They
each
don't.
other.
I don't
But they're
believe
not the
that. So
same.
we,
Yeah.
so
They're not
where
the
we
same.
come from?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
As humans.
Sorry.
Not just black
Y'all
people.
smoke
Not
some
black-
weed,
not-
shoot
no,
from
not-
it.
not-
Y'all
not-
smoke
not
some
black-
weed, say that.
Humans.
Where do we come from?
Humans. I'm asking. The evolution.
He's going
What is
crazy.
The
Nah, he's going crazy today. You smoked?
people,
smoke
bro.
today?
I didn't smoke today.
This nigga is going
I'm
crazy.
just talking about
He's going-
evolution
nah,
of animals,
he's
bro.
going crazy.
I'm not. It's not a white black thing. Like relax, bro. Relax.
All right, but Devon,
I'm
you was
just
talking
speaking
about
Evolved, right? I understand, but what you're saying that we've come from doesn't even exist anymore. If that, I don't know what you're talking about.
All
we
right, so
come
let's
from.
talk about what exists. I go out on the street right now, right?
Okay.
I see a cat on the street.
Right.
I don't have to think about going up to it.
No.
You see a dog on the street, you might have to, is it going to bite me?
That's true too.
Is it?
That's true.
You be like, I don't know what the
Cats
temperament.
cannot be bothered.
I don't,
Like,
you feel
just
me? I don't be knowing
leave
the
me
temperament
alone.
of the dog. The cat, I walk right past that shit like a squirrel.
Okay,
Period.
because we're bigger than them.
I'm bigger than a dog too, Devvon.
Nah, the dog will size you
I
up.
just feel like you had
And
a
that'd be
bad
my
experience
problem.
with a cat. Like, and I want to know what it is. Like, why do you hate them so much?
Because they're little murderers. They're murderers.
No, they
I mean,
they don't
they're-
have souls.
They're
They
mur-
lack soul.
Yes, they're not friendly.
Yeah,
I
they
understand.
lack soul.
Y'all be
They do
thinking
lack
cats are
soul,
friendly.
bro.
Like,
They
okay,
lack
yeah, the cat's like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But the cat don't really fuck with you, bro. I'm telling you, the
Y'all
cat
just
don't
really
really
fuck
fuck
with
with
you.
you.
animal-
Sweet cat.
Yeah, me too.
I've liked them like, oh, that's nice. But they don't, like, it's not consistent. Like, I
Y'all
don't
just
build
like
a relationship
the way
with
the
my
dogs
cat.
be on y'all body. And
The
shit.
dog, I build
Y'all
a real
like that
relationship with
shit.
that dog.
Yeah,
You don't walk a cat. You don't do
You can
nothing
walk
with
the
the cat.
You can
You
walk
be
it.
chilling with a
You
cat.
can walk
Like, you
with
just
it.
chill.
You can walk
Walking a
with it.
cat is
You can go to catwalk.
Put
You
a
ever heard of
leash,
catwalk?
put a leash on the cat and bring him outside and try to walk him. He gonna look at you like you stupid. Like, are you dumb?
No, but
Take me
I
back.
respect that because why would I want someone to put a leash on me and just tell me what to do? Like, I respect the cat does not want to be leashed.
You have a
Like,
cat personality. That's
See,
you're right.
My friends tell me that they're
You're right.
like, once you get to know me, I mean, I don't know, but people might assume I have like, a dog, like friendly personality. No,
No.
I definitely have more of a cat
More of a cat.
personality.
With a cat, it's
once
just
you
like-
get to know me, you're like, oh yeah, she's.
I've never heard of a personality being like compared to like an animal. So
I've
like,
never heard
like
that
what do
either.
you think your personality type is?
I'm a Yorkie.
I
definitely
respect
a
it. I love
Yorkie.
Yorkies.
I'm real
there's
strong. I'm real
there's-
small.
There's a lot of animals in the world. Bro. You think
Oh,
you're a
you
Yorkie?
all animals?
Yes.
Damn.
What am I say? Something? A jaguar?
I don't know.
I'm
She
a
said a
Komodo
cat.
dragon.
I like that. You are a Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragons.
You're exotic.
Ooh. Yeah.
I can see you
I'm a
being
bad
exotic.
bitch.
Nah,
I'm
you're
exotic.
exotic. I can see that.
Wait,
Like,
what's the lizard that like does mad things? Chameleon?
Chameleon?
Oh, a chameleon?
You could do a lot of things.
Ooh, you
Oh,
might-
I'm a chameleon.
That's
you
him
might
right
be
there.
one of those.
What do you say, Vaughn?
How about them?
A flamingo.
Are you
Because
joking?
I'm different.
He just trying to be funny. There's
You
no
can't
way.
see me.
You sexy
I'm
boy.
101. You know
Wait,
what I'm
but we
saying?
see
Like,
flamingos.
nah, that's it. You ain't never
Sexy
seen-
boy?
That's it. I'm
You mean 'cause they're
fly.
rare?
I'm fly. I'm rare. It's me.
Flamingos mad fly.
Yo, if you go to a zoo and you
I
see
was
all
not
the
expecting that
if you
answer.
see all the birds, the first bird you're gonna really look at is the flamingos. I've done it. I've been to the zoo.
Flamingos need leg day. I don't like flamingos for you.
Me too.
No, you don't.
I do.
We love the
only
self-awareness.
work
You got
on
good
upper
legs.
body.
You got good legs.
Naturally, they got good legs too. Naturally, I'm right there with them.
He's like, yeah, no, naturally.
We all up top. We all up top. You know
Top
what I'm
heavy.
saying? We
Okay.
top
Top
heavy.
heavy.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
calling
Like,
Save on top heavy is
It's
It's
nuts.
mad funny. What are you, Alex?
Like a parrot or a fox.
You a parrot?
Yo, what? You guys,
Nah, we birds. Hey, we birds.
we put some birds.
That's not a good
Nah, we bird
We gave you guys
gang.
a perfect opportunity to be like, yeah, I'm a lion or whatever.
But I'm not a lion. I'm not going to lie. I'll be giving lion. Oh, I do got a beard. Maybe I'm a little lion.
Nigga said a
Maybe
parrot.
I'm a little
Why-
lion. Nah, because you want to know why?
Why would you say parrot?
Because the parrots be having that flavor, that personality. Hey, doc, and be like, suck my dick. Like, they just be saying, you know what I'm saying? They just be saying shit, and I just be saying shit.
They quick. They witty.
quick. Yeah.
That's Alex.
That's me.
I see it.
Hey, fuck
no,
you.
and
That's my
also
fault.
the fact that parrots can talk, we don't make a big enough deal about
That's
that.
true.
Nah.
Like
They
that
can
is
talk.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
true.
really
Y'all want to
talk.
stay here?
What?
Real quick.
Okay.
Met a
Orangutan.
dog last week.
Oh, never mind.
He was not talking. Relax.
Stay. You wanna
Relax.
stay?
You didn't meet a dog that
Yo,
was
Rob,
talking.
they laughing, right? When I see you, that Fantasia shit, right?
Okay.
Keep coming
Oh
up.
my
I
God.
promise you, the dog came to my studio. All right? Cool. Somebody brought
So
the
it could
dog.
rap too?
It looked like, all right, Reggie, ready? It looked like a regular dog.
Okay.
Dog looked regular, okay? Shorty that brought the dog
Okay.
was like, yo, if you put on Fantasia when I see you on the hook, it's gonna sing it. We laughed at her.
Okay.
Here go the dog. When I see you.
Come
No,
on, bro.
where's the video?
come on,
video,
bro.
video.
I'm gonna find the video, I'm gonna bring it back, because y'all think it's a joke.
Y'all
Come
are
on.
smoking the finest
So-
of Zaza in that fucking studio.
Nah, we had the nigga high.
The finest of Zaza.
We had him high. It had to be. But
Actually,
I never
no,
seen no
there-
shit like it.
I have seen dogs make noises like that.
Yo
yeah,
was
yeah,
singing the hook.
I'm
That's
not,
crazy.
bro.
I'm not
you gotta
jacking
get
it.
it. Like, first off, he got a
How
dog
y'all get that on video?
singing a hood classic. You gotta
No,
get out
I'm
the
lying.
hood,
It was
bro.
Rihanna needed me. I'm lying. When Rihanna would go needed me, like it would go. That's how I was singing that shit. I'm gonna get the video.
I would do
Oh,
it.
okay. You know why Alex is also a parrot? His imitation. What is it? Imitations.
Yeah.
Be so impressions. There we go.
Oh, impressions.
are
Yes.
so on point,
dead
and
as a parrot.
you're so quick with it. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
But we needed like an extra large parrot.
Yeah,
You
I'm
a
not
parrot?
mad at that.
You a parrot?
Yeah, big body
A
parrot.
big body parrot.
But is your guys' favorite animals dogs? Like just in general?
nah.
Yes.
Mine's an elephant.
Yeah,
I like dogs.
Because they're
I
just so
love
wise.
dogs.
They don't
Okay.
do it. Like they just.
That is
chill.
You like animals that just kick it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
eat,
gotta
like
eat
and
vegetables.
also this might come off as
kangaroos?
racist, but I could say it. So I love pandas.
This is racist, but it's me.
Because they just sleep and eat. I just love it.
So you like the koala bears, like the panda, like
no,
that
koala
family?
bears are devils.
They're little
They
demons?
spread chlamydia in the.
Oh, that's right.
No, koalas look up. Just I don't even have to.
You're
They
right.
be fucking raw?
They have chlamydia.
They
I think they have
spread
chlamydia.
No, koala. Look up reasons why koalas are terrible. Just no.
They can give you chlamydia.
Koalas are cute, but that's
Well,
about
why
it.
would you fuck a koala?
That ass. Why are you getting that
No,
close
if
to a
you're-
koala?
What the fuck?
What is you
If
doing?
you swap fluids with it or
When the
food,
fuck
I don't
would
know.
I do
But I
that?
heard that.
I'm not saying koalas give chlamydia to humans,
They
but
have
they
the
just
ability.
spread it in
Amongst
the
themselves.
Yeah,
world.
they have it. Like
I'm
I
not
think they
gonna lie
have
to you.
it.
Sometimes, like, we really do gotta challenge scientists and understand how they get to where they get to, bro. Like, why do you ever know anything
Blood
about
test?
certain animals like that, bro? I shouldn't know that.
I see what you're saying.
should know
Like, what
that.
did it take to get there?
Like, what does it take for you to say, "Oh my God, koalas got chlamydia"? Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
That pussy must be good.
There's a lot of, that's OD.
To fuck
Yo, what
through
you said is
to fuck
crazy,
through
bro.
chlamydia is crazy.
That's crazy. There's only two species on Earth that have sex for pleasure. I think it's us and dolphins.
Dolphin. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. So when you see a dolphin get behind your lady, he's dead ass. He know what's going on. Like they have sex for what you
I
call,
don't
but they're
believe, like-
murderers too.
No,
Them
no,
niggas
that's
are
a
murderers
fact.
too.
Yeah, that's a
Devvon,
fact.
you are scarred.
They're
You know all
murderers.
these animals he's scared of?
Oh no, dolphins suck. They're
Dolphins are murderers.
Yeah, they're
They be
very.
killing?
Yeah, they'll kill like the offspring of bro. They
They're
are
very
murderers,
dangerous. Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
So they fucking murderers. Like them niggas is murderers. Yo, I be dreaming about these shits.
Oh my god,
Yo, look,
do
yo.
you have like a fear of animals?
A lot of them.
Cause yeah, I was thinking about. I was just talking about cause
Yeah.
yeah.
I watch a lot of, so I'm be honest. I watch a lot of compilation videos of like animals eating animals in the real world because that's what's really happening. You niggas, that's so
That's
everybody
cool. Why
be
do you
like.
watch that,
so when it
though?
come to animals, bro, and people be like, I be like, yo, do you know what these niggas be doing in nature? Like these niggas, it's ruthless. Like when you ever seen a Komodo dragon eat something, bro? Like he snaps you and then just swallows you whole.
Oh no, alligators. They slip a whole body in
murderers,
their
more
mouth.
murderers.
Like nothing.
No,
Crazy
they're the
murderers.
biggest murderers.
Yes.
They got the death roll.
Yes.
Where they like wrap their body around you like a snake. Now imagine an 800-pound just straight muscle. That's all an alligator is.
Cracking you.
Alligator is just muscle, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a muscle that can run like 15, 20 miles per hour.
Yes.
And then they just roll your body. Somebody should look into that, man. Somebody
This
should look
is
into
so
that.
crazy.
You ever touched them?
Never.
No.
Are you
I
fucking-
heard their
ain't you?
skin is I think
Slimy?
no, it's hard. Like
Oh,
it feels
shit.
like a fucking
believe
like
it.
like a, it's like a dinosaur. They're like dinosaurs.
I get a little bit of joy when I see them die.
I'm not gonna. Okay.
Like, no, because I see them kill shit all.
Because I ain't saying nothing to Peter.
Nah, yeah, let me chill.
I ain't
let me
saying nothing to
chill.
Peter.
I'm sorry.
Say
I don't. Let me
We
let me
need this
just
for
let
the
me clear this up.
ecosystem.
Go ahead,
Let me
clear
clear
this
this
up.
up.
Go ahead, go
Clear
ahead.
this shit up.
Yeah, don't be on camera saying, yeah, I like my animals die.
Yeah. When
Let my man go.
when nature takes its place and animals coexist and eat each other to survive, I enjoy when the alligators on the opposite end when it's
their
turn of the stick.
Okay,
No
he's
better.
not exactly rooting for the alligator
Right.
to win.
Thank
Nah,
you.
yeah, them
Thank you,
niggas gotta
Georgie.
go because bro, they be terrorizing shit. I watched the video. I sent it to my dad, and he I think he watched it maybe 6 or 7 times because he couldn't believe what he saw.
Yeah.
There's a video going around on Twitter right now. It's kind of going viral, and there's a man
The
on a
Eric-
paddle boat in a swamp. And he's just minded.
Different
Well,
one.
he's not really
I thought he was
minding his
orangutan.
business because he shouldn't really be there. But he's paddling,
Okay.
right? And then you know how like, have you ever seen not Jaws, Deep Blue Sea with LL
Yes.
Cool J?
Blue Sea, yeah.
Classic.
Y'all remember Deep Blue Sea?
Yes.
And
Classic.
you remember how ultra aggressive the sharks were?
Yes.
How
I
they
can't
looked
watch
like
movies like
fucking
that.
torpedoes. in
Yes.
the-
They was
that's
going
what the alligator saw the canoe as the man was rowing.
Why?
And he torpedoed his body into the canoe. You don't see the alligator. You see the wave of just his
hit the
speed
shit.
and flipped him over.
Right.
So the guy was wearing like a helmet camera,
Right.
and he flipped over, and you see him underwater trying to,
Get
turn the
back
boat
up.
around. So for those reasons, like they are terrorists.
Yeah.
See?
They're
And-
murderers.
And you know,
They're the terrorists of the wild.
They are murderers.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
and
Murderers.
somebody was probably trying to stop that person. Like, you don't need to do that. I'm gonna have fun. All right, go on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
yeah,
play with
yeah.
nature.
That's my biggest fear, like the water and like open water. that's my number
I
one
think
biggest
that's-
fear.
Yeah, I
number
hear
one
you.
to me.
Because as soon as nightfall, you don't realize you can't see
Nightfall,
shit.
daytime.
and they can
What is
see.
he talking about?
And they can see.
Daytime.
Okay, that too.
Scary.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
I don't play
Okay.
that. I don't play with animals. I'm
They
not.
ain't found some of them niggas down there, you know. A scare.
You know, we haven't discovered most of the ocean, right?
No, exactly. That's why we've only discovered like 1% or something.
Some
like that.
crazy small percentage because we can't get that far down.
Will Smith did.
All right.
All right, say
No, for real,
What movie?
dead ass.
What
You gotta
movie?
know he did his for real. He did
What
some
movie?
Planet Earth shit, and he went deep into the sea, bro. I
did?
watched all the episodes. That's
So
my guy.
he wanna
Bro.
be
So
Before he
you
smacked
people
Chris, like he
think
used
that
to really do shit.
Will Smith has done the most
look,
discovering of the ocean.
Look what they think Will did.
I've never seen the ocean that far until he went down there.
All the
Exactly.
scientists.
Bro, I'm telling
People
you.
have done it before, Will.
But he showed us the way. Do you remember SpongeBob, the episode when he got lost
He
and he went
references
all
SpongeBob.
the way
Look.
down to rock bottom?
Yeah.
The nigga was in rock bottom, bro. Like he left bikini.
It was dark?
Bro, it was wild dark. He couldn't see nothing. It was all the
bugging.
scary creatures. He's
He's
like, yo,
bugging.
where am I?
Okay.
Will Smith saw those creatures and brought it to my screen.
Okay.
So that's how I know it exists. Before that, I really thought, like, I didn't think
You didn't
about
think
nothing,
anything
bro.
about
It didn't happen.
anything
It didn't
else.
exist.
Okay.
Because I never seen it.
All right.
Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen it.
Exactly.
I don't intend to. I have no desire to. I don't want to see Atlantis, which is, what they say exists down there sometimes. I'm
joking. Man.
a lot of people think that's a whole nother story in itself.
What? Atlantis?
City of Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis.
I think they
That's pretty
they had
cool.
some mermaids.
How they
down
think
there.
that they were way more advanced than what we even were now, but then something happened and then they went underwater.
Yeah, they
there's
went-
a lot
and
of.
they
I
went
mean,
underwater,
like
yeah.
there's a lot of different things. You know, we don't realize how many ice. You know what scares me? You know what keeps me up at night when I think to myself, how
I
many.
love hearing this shit that be scaring y'all.
Yo,
Keep going.
That's why I look
Look at the
like,
list today.
what's your guys' biggest
Cats,
fears?
dogs, these niggas scaredy cats. Look. Yeah, look.
Oh, the Venus flytraps? Bro, yo, I remember I had one as a
Venus
kid. I
flytrap?
begged my mother to get me one, and I had one, and I would try to get a fly. And I'm like, come on, go. And he land, and he covered up. Like, oh my god.
Yo, guess what? You're a murderer.
I was a little sick little kid.
Yeah, look at you.
I like cynical shit. I don't know, whatever. Not that type of guy anymore. I'm scared of everything. But fucking I forgot what I was
You're
gonna
talking
say.
about you're scared of like
Yeah.
Atlantis Island. What are
Oh,
you about
I'm
to
scared
say?
of ice ages
Oh.
Ice ages.
Oh,
because
shit.
we've had so many of them in our history.
You ain't gotta worry about that now. That shit melting up now.
Yeah, we've had a lot of ice ages, and we worried about global warming, but
Yeah.
we forget, like, yo, bro, why
Yeah.
so many ice ages have occurred that have wiped out civilization? So in my head, I think about ice ages like, yo, it's due. Like, time can come back around. I hope I'm long gone by then.
I think we will be.
I think we long gone.
Wait,
I think we're
ice
living in a
ages
good
are
space
in
right now.
what area? Like, would it reach like New York or like is it
Yeah,
just up
yeah,
top?
the whole Earth.
The whole earth.
Oh, I
the
thought it
whole
was
Earth.
like up top.
You know, Asia and United States used to be connected.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like,
All of
shit
it.
used to be connected. Like,
If you look at a map,
Yeah, Pangea. is
it's
that
all
what
like
yes, the
Pangea.
Pangea land bridge.
it's like a puzzle.
You got it.
Everything fits perfectly if
Literally.
you look at the map. So
Yeah.
Africa goes into like South America, and
Right.
then it goes in
Europe.
Yeah.
Everything
And
is
then
right
everything
there,
just
bro.
kind of spread
And
out.
we
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
all one.
Shit. Y'all keep playing, but that Pangea land bridge, like you said, that was good. It connected us. That's how the Asiatic people came over to America, Native American, blah, blah, blah. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, it was all connected, that ice age. So what scares me
Holy shit.
is an ice age.
When
That's
was the
what
last
scares
one?
me.
When was the last one?
I don't know. And I don't know how long ago it was. How long ago was it?
It's probably like coming not soon, but like the way that global warming is going.
Yeah, we good.
We're gonna reach. No.
We
We're gonna,
good.
No. Global warming is not just warming. It's like
Right.
extremes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
could
a
be
fact.
an extreme like.
150,000 years ago?
Honestly, I feel like
That's not that long ago.
I know, but I'm hoping that it's not a 115,000 year roll
Period.
around. Like,
Yeah.
Anniversary.
yeah, like
I feel like humans are gonna fuck up the earth before nature does.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, we're killing
gonna,
our-
We're gonna
yeah.
fuck it up before nature. I feel like
No,
we're
I
some
think so.
of the more like obviously we are the cancer to the earth. Like,
No, that's the reason why the Earth is freaking out because we keep doing these things.
keep doing
to it.
wild
like
shit
the
to it.
forest fires, all of that. That's
but
our
ask
fault.
yourself, will you go the extra mile to not drive a car to get where you need to be by
I'll
4:30?
drive an electric car.
Yeah, go get a Tesla.
But a lot of people can't afford it.
Nah, they
It will
affordability.
be.
They make
It's
some for,
coming.
They
Right
make
now.
some for 30, 40K.
I think we're making progress.
They make some for 40K.
Because by 2032, I think all cars on the road have to be
Yeah,
electric at some
absolutely.
point.
That's what they're trying to change.
Yeah.
They're trying to let go of all of that motor shit. Yeah.
But you know what they say? A lot of the pollution comes from, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. Don't quote me on this, but they say the military-industrial complex. Basically, the military. They say that people believe that the military is what causes a lot of pollution, not us and the cars and stuff like that. I'm not a scientist.
Just a take.
I'm just a take that I've
Yeah,
heard
just
that I need to look into
It's
more.
kind of like, stop blaming the people who drive cars. Like, start blaming these bigger
corporations that are creating like all these types of weapons and pollution. I'm like, do you realize how much other shit goes on? Like a B-32 bomber. What do you think that's doing to the fucking atmosphere? That jet fuel up there? What are you, nuts?
Like, what does that do?
You think my car is doing what that thing is doing every flight? Like, but we don't really talk about that much.
Not with my 93 guys.
So I'm just gonna, your octane. Oh, you do 93 octane?
Unfortunately.
Oh, you getting money?
No, you're getting money.
You're getting money.
He said, no, you're getting money.
No, I just hey buddy, I just plugged my car up.
Oh, and that's the getting money shit.
No, the 93 octane is the getting money shit.
Wait, what is that?
Y'all, wait, hold up.
Here we
What
go.
is that?
Look at what they fighting over, Reggie. Hold up. Just
these
listen. These niggas.
First world
He just
problems?
said he plugged his car up like a Hot Wheel.
I don't even have a car.
First of all, y'all don't
Like a
know what
Hot
car
Like
I'm
a
talking
hot-
about.
I don't give a
It's
fuck.
a
You plug
car
your car in.
You can get a Ionic, Toyota Ionic
Word?
for fucking 20,000. What are we talking about here?
word?
What are we talking
Because
about
that's what
here?
you got, right?
And what you
know?
do?
Huh?
You said you got 93
Yeah,
gas?
yeah, 93 expensive. You know?
It sound like a foreign. Why does it sound like a foreign?
You know, all cars foreign.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
All cars foreign if you're not from the States.
I feel you. Made in America.
I need your problems. Man.
Yeah,
I need
you
your
need my problems.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I plug it up. That's a beautiful thing.
That's true.
First world problem.
Yeah,
that's true.
It costs me like $40 a month for my car.
Speaking of first world problems, let's get into the
I
first.
was just about to say that.
Speaking of first world
Scott's
problems,
good.
it seems that a lot of people are a little bit indecisive about the new feature that Apple has announced. Now, if you haven't heard, Apple is planning to release a feature where you can unsend or edit text messages via iMessage or however you communicate using Apple devices.
15 minutes.
a lot up to 15 minutes. Okay, so you have 15 minutes, like a grace period to
Yeah.
say,
Edit your
"Hey,
text.
sorry." Yeah, I don't know how I
Okay.
feel about that. So I wanted to have that conversation here because I know that's been the thing on Twitter. A lot of people want to edit tweets, and I feel like that's a little scary because imagine if you edit a tweet that goes viral, right? It goes bonkers, and now you have an agenda. And you want to change what that tweet
I
says.
never
Yeah.
understood that. Like, I never understood why people like ask for a Twitter edit button because that was like the biggest demand for all these years.
Yeah.
But I just never understood how that would work. Like, how you can't just edit tweets. It's not the same thing as editing a caption on Instagram.
Well, I think sometimes a lot of people like you just type really fast and then you
Oh, no,
make
yeah.
a grammatical error or a
So
spelling
if
error.
it was only limited to
Right.
grammatical edits,
Right.
then that could
Maybe,
work.
yeah, maybe it's a way to like, just kind of police that a little bit.
Gotcha.
But I
Yeah.
think as far
Restrictions.
as just editing completely, because I could say something that's super empowering for a certain community, and then let's say it gets a lot of eyes, but I have a different agenda,
And then you just
and now I want to switch
change
that
it.
over.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't be a thing.
Right.
And now with text messages and DMs and all that kind of stuff, it's just a little weird.
But
I
nah,
think say
like
what
it.
you say and mean what the fuck you say,
And own it.
unless don't
Yo.
say it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
okay. You know who they made it for?
Ooh.
Cheaters.
It's 3 a.m. in the morning,
That's what I was saying.
right? You
Okay.
shouldn't be texting her,
Okay.
but she be on your mind.
On your mind.
You know what I'm saying?
His face when he
You know
said
how it go. You know,
be
it's,
on your
but it's
mind.
late.
Okay.
You was with all men.
Okay.
You looking for some estrogen. You know how it go. say
Tell
no.
us, tell us more,
Say
Alex.
no.
For me?
Okay.
Say no.
Set the
You
tone.
said, Reg, you know. Of
course.
He sent a text right over. I miss you. I love you. So sexy.
Damn.
I want a life with you.
Damn.
Now he got
Holy
15
shit.
minutes. He got 15 minutes
Before
now.
you respond.
You know how it be. See, that's for that brother.
Yeah, it is.
She sleep. That's why I said it's 3 a.m. Those is for this. Wow. Think about it. Think about it. It's for the people that sleep. Because if
make
you
you-
could edit it,
Nah, that's.
If
I
she
didn't
don't
think
hit you
about
back
that. I
in
didn't think
15
about that.
minutes, you'll be like, oh,
No.
unsend.
Okay.
yeah, you just be on
Okay,
set.
but in my opinion, I wouldn't unsend text because to me it's like if that person already saw it and then they saw that I unsent it, that's even worse. Like that's even more embarrassing in my eyes.
But what's more embarrassing is if she screenshots it and say, look at this thirsty bitch
Yeah,
ass
but she's gonna
nigga.
screenshot it regardless. I'm a screenshot it when I first get it, and if you unsend it, I still have the screenshot. So
Well, I don't want to even give you a chance. I'm gonna go on my phone screenshot like she lying. Fuck is you mean?
No, I'll be like,
lies.
he's trying to say. I don't know. I just don't believe in like unsending shit because it's like it's more embarrassing to unsend it because that person probably already saw it.
You know what it is for me? I'm
Fuck
just so
that.
improved by the amount of technology that's already here
Oh, yeah, that is
that they
fire.
tell us is not here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So y'all was trying to get me to feel like once I send this text out,
Right.
that's it, it's out in the
It's
world.
cl-
They
it's
could have
out.
been
Y'all
done.
have had
Yeah.
the ability to do this the
edit
whole
by
time.
text.
See, I think that's so dangerous. It has to
Bro,
be a way to
yeah.
track the original message. because it's so dangerous
15
for you
minutes,
to,
no?
But I think it has to be like in the cloud or however.
Like the original.
The original that is said, it has to be a receipt of that because there's a lot of dangers in that.
That could go bad.
It could go
like
really
a lot of
bad,
she said.
regardless of God, I don't mean to say this, or I want to unsend this. It's just like, yo, if you say it, where can I go get the original text? Maybe it's not on like the surface. Maybe it's like, I bet it's not on my phone at the moment. But I need to be able to have records of everything that is sent to my phone, especially if it's through text message. So that's why it's dangerous for me. Because it's like, yo, fam, you can say whatever you want to me. And the fucked up thing is, especially with like social media wars, like, and we see this a lot with celebrities where they'll screenshot shit and they'll put it on their story and they try to make a case like, oh my God, you did this. Or I think recently The Game did that with 50 Cent's current girlfriend, Cuban Link. He was like, oh, yo, your girl was in my DM, da-da-da. Yeah, this story like blew under the water, but it's a real thing. So The Game screenshotted, I guess, Cuban Link before she started dating 50 or when. I don't know when. I don't have the timeline.
Okay. Sure.
But he posted a screenshot of her DMing him, asking to be in a video or something along those lines.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And in a situation like that, if he did that and was able to just unsend it, like, that's dangerous.
It is a lot of danger.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay.
No,
Sorry.
go Dev. Let me hear you.
No, I was saying I'm thinking about that in the sense of, okay, let's ask the question, right? Here's the question. What are we trying to fix? Like, what is the main reason for us to add the edit? Is it just for grammatical errors?
I think to use it as it is intended, like grammatical errors, typos.
Okay.
If you really use it like that, then it's an amazing feature.
That's
but
for
it's like
that.
we're gonna take it and make it.
I think it'll do more harm than
That's
good.
what I'm saying.
As far as
just
from
send
a grammatical.
asterisk and correct yourself.
Correct yourself. I think it'll do more harm. I think we're opening up way more harm than, because guess what? If I write to a nigga, when I see you, I'm gonna fucking off you, nigga. I swear to God. And then I send it. You saw it, unsend. It's like, what? And there's no proof of me threatening you now.
Bro, this is
and it gets weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, when I first heard about this update, a lot of people were like, yeah, it's lit. And I looked at it, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna play out. Like, I don't really think it's that exciting, to be honest.
I think this
I'm
is
gonna say everything with your chest. Say everything with your chest.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to holla at shorty, say that shit with your chest.
Right.
If you feel a little thirsty and lusty while you drinking a little bit and you wake
Eat
up
that.
like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Nigga, you did that.
Eat that.
No funny shit.
Leave it there.
No
Live
funny
with that.
Also,
And I feel
it builds character.
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah. And I feel
It
like
does.
this is a gaslighter's dream.
Yeah.
I think that was the first thing I thought about. I thought about all the crazy people I've dealt with in my life. I'm like, man, they're really gonna be trying to get some shit off now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
then be
'cause
like, I didn't say
they're gonna
that.
make you feel like, yo, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Whole time it did
When
happen.
it did happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes in this whole like this era, everybody just kind of being hypersensitive. Like, sometimes the records, the receipts is what saves certain
you.
That's
situations.
very
You get
true.
what I'm saying?
That's a
Like,
fact.
it saves
See,
people
let's
like,
think
yo,
about
That's
it.
a fact.
this was there, this
That's a fact.
happened, it
Yeah.
can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know the technicalities behind it, like the functions of this. Can you save it in the cloud?
Right.
Does it store somewhere? Like, I don't know the nuances of that, but I know like from a surface level, everybody's talking about, oh yeah, I don't want to send the risky text, so I'm gonna unsend it. Nigga, shut the fuck up. If you
I think
send
it
some
shows
shit,
you. I
say
think it
with your
shows you
chest,
it
bro.
was edited. It shows you it was edited.
And it does tell you.
But does it show
But I
you what
still don't
was
know what you
originally
said.
said?
No, it doesn't. It
And
just said it
that's
was
what it
edited.
is.
So,
Oh, yeah, I
so
agree.
even I can leave it up. I'm like, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
It just opens it up to leave it to interpretation. I would think. You know what I mean?
I
It's
don't
like,
like
oh, it's
that.
fucked.
They don't be doing things for the betterment of us.
I think a lot of shit is
Like,
gonna
should
go
be
wrong.
sounding right in the moment, but
Right.
if you really think about a lot of the shit that's done in past, it don't be really for the betterment of us. That's
true.
This is
It's
a toxic.
trendy.
This is a
It's
formula
trendy.
for a toxic summer.
I think
Like-
a lot of people forgot just how polarizing the last few political years were in this country and what that could do.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people forget the Trump era. Whether you were pro-Trump or against Trump, whatever, you still lived it and you still lived through it and you heard all the opinions and you had to go to school. I remember the day he got elected and I was on campus in a very, very
PWI.
conservative area, neighborhood, and I remember just the feeling, the energy there.
It was dark.
Like it was
very
just,
dark.
you know what I'm saying? In
We
some
had support
circles,
groups.
in some circles it was dark, but then in others, it was
The best
vibrant.
thing,
It was
yeah.
happy. It was, oh my God, my guy's in
Like,
office.
we worked for this, yeah. like-
Exactly.
I was
so
in Disney World.
Oh, you was getting your shit off.
oh, that's an odd place to
That's
be.
odd.
in a
It was
situation like that.
so
weird.
cold
It was
in
eerie.
Disney World that day. It was weird.
It was
Yeah.
weird.
But I
people
bet you the
happy?
outskirts of Disney World, everybody was happy.
Oh, the gunshots.
Because
Bow,
the
bow.
outskirts of Disney World, that's probably
That's
his
Florida.
base. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I just feel like, I bet now we have all these, political things and racism and sexism and all of this kind of shit where I don't know. I think it could be a little bit tricky. Like, I think social media pushes conversations that sound really good on the surface.
Right.
Right? Like, it sounds great. It sounds amazing to be like, oh, damn, I fucked up. My tweet is getting a little bit of traction. I wish I could just, let me edit this real quick so it could be a little bit more appeasing.
No.
But that's not what this is. It's almost like back in the day, right? And we don't even write anymore. Like, we do not use our hands, pen to pad, to write anymore. Like, think about the last time you wrote a full page of anything with your hand. Just think about it. Your penmanship. Think about it. It's a thing, right? There used to be a time where you had to use something called whiteout.
Remember whiteout?
Whiteout was a thing.
Whiteout was the
where
shit.
you would write with ink.
They still use that?
And you have,
they got the
I don't even know if they make it anymore.
It's the tape. It's the tape one.
Whiteout now.
The tape one is nice.
That's fire. It's clean.
It is.
And it's dry.
But it was a thing. Like, that used to be a thing. So now we're able to just change things and you had to be attentive when you were writing papers or when you were writing on certain documents. You had to actually use brain power to say, yo, let me make sure this is correct because this is on record, this is on file. You shouldn't have that type of fucking accessibility to just edit important and change what the fuck you say. Because now you're just going to walk around saying whatever you want because you got the power to just
take it away.
Change it.
And I feel like a lot of people on Twitter that have been wanting like edited tweets and stuff like that. I will say this, Twitter. I think a lot of people wouldn't say that if when someone deleted a tweet, it actually deleted in a moment.
That's a fact.
You ever see somebody delete a tweet?
And it
it's
says
like,
this tweet has been deleted.
This tweet is no longer available. I'll be like,
you be sitting there like,
ooh, they fucked up.
Think about it, right? I feel like a lot of Twitter users wouldn't even care. They would just delete it real quick and just put some new shit up.
Me too.
Right? But it's like the way Twitter is set up, like you'll try to like the tweet that got deleted and said, no, it can't, unavailable.
I'm like, oh shit.
I see this person.
Sometimes I don't delete my tweets that I want to delete because I'm like, it won't actually delete. It'll say, oh, this tweet has been deleted.
Yes.
And I don't want that to show. I think that's even like worse. So I just like, fuck it.
It looks weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's funny on Twitter? Something I noticed and I don't like. So you ever catch those pages that'll be like, oh, about people doing dumb things, like it'll be at like people doing dumb things or animals going wild, like it'll be like and you'll be like, oh, or architecture, like weird. It'd be like dope houses, and you go on those pages, and I wind up saying, oh, I want to follow this, and I follow it, and then 3 weeks later, it changes into some political shit. It changes into some political shit. Like I've been seeing that's how they build a lot of their Twitters up and shit like that, and they got other pages to retweet it, and they build like I noticed that. Don't fall for that, because I used to fall for that a lot. Just a tidbit.
Because people use it on Instagram, just rebrand out of nowhere, like, I did not start following this candle page.
Exactly.
This used to be Jamal.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
That shit happens.
I almost did that with my shit.
You want to just turn your shit in the
purpose?
purpose?
I need to know, nigga. You about to run
you gonna turn your shit into just need to know?
You was gonna see Alex on my page. You was gonna see you on my page.
That's nasty.
I promise you. Like, I was ready to just check out. Like, you know what? Let's just bring the whole audience over here. I got how many followers? 16,000, 17,000.
We just need to know.
Convert it. Like, yeah, I was just gonna do that.
Nah, keep yourself, man. We need you to have your own likeness. Yeah, it's important because we need to keep you separate. Because you say things.
Yeah. And then I thought about like when I was wild and young and reckless.
Wasn't too long ago.
How many DMs was like still.
Oh, that's a fact. And you give us all access.
And now it's just the need to know. Y'all just see my whole track history.
See all your work.
Oh shit. Wait, save on. Yeah.
So don't do that.
I didn't want to give y'all that kind
of.
of.
I did that when you guys first gave us the passwords, and I found some. No, you guys didn't say anything, but there were people who were thirsting over you guys.
Yo, that page is weird.
No.
I showed you guys. No, there would be like a girl be like, tell Savon I'm looking for him. And then like I would see that.
When the first time you got the password to the Needs to Know Instagram, did that shit throw you off, OD?
Why? What do you mean?
Yo, listen. I think we got one of the best fan bases. There's some yoinks in it.
Wait, what threw me off?
There's some yoinks in it.
I remember going on that page. I said,
there's some yoinks in it.
This timeline is insane.
Nah,
wait, why?
It's some things in it.
We got a great like supporting.
You never seen that
timeline? We got a nice fan base.
I seen the Need to Know Explore page.
Beautiful people.
It is nuts.
Wait, what's that page? I don't see it.
Look at the. Just go on the Need to Know timeline.
Need to Know Explore?
No, Need to Know timeline.
I be in it.
It's something special.
I've been seeing
my God.
it.
Am I signed in?
Look, we have some of the greatest supporters across the world.
I bet you the first thing that come up.
On that account.
Oh, yeah.
No funny shit. We got people that really support us.
Really do.
Yeah, my ass.
They feel good. They look good.
How you know how they feel?
How you know how they feel, bro?
Because they energy. We wouldn't follow them back if the energy wasn't aligning with ours.
Oh, damn, man, you getting a lot of, you getting good energy.
Of course. Because you can feel energy. Because you can feel energy, you know?
They listen to you.
They listen to y'all.
Of course. The energy is great.
It's good energy.
It's funny because when you guys got the passwords and everything, I feel like, I don't know why, but it was a real lusty moment for some people in the DMs. Like, they
For
were
some
shooting their
people?
shot. Bro, they were
was?
just shooting their shot at a crazy rate.
It was wild.
They was what?
I was in there like, what the fuck is this? Is this our sex cult?
I think that's bold because like if
got
you
horny
shoot
followers.
the shot via the need to know page, we could all see that. So like just
don't
know that I'm
care.
reading it too.
They don't care.
No, that's why I
guess,
respect it. I respect
evidently.
Hey, yo, keep getting your shit off, man. Y'all beautiful.
Y'all beautiful.
Y'all
Like, don't
beautiful.
stop.
You know what Alex do? Alex go in the DM, he be like, oh, I'm gonna hit this one on the side.
I switch back to my own page.
No, sometimes I open the need to know page. I be like, hold on, now.
Oh, Lord.
You found need to know and not nobody else is?
Like, come here. Come here.
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Come in. My ass is.
Yo, say, Vaughn, you good over there? Nah, I'm right.
I thought she cut my mic, the engineer.
Nah, I ain't cut
Yo,
your
Jay,
mic.
turn my shit back on.
Nah, your
Yo,
shit
Jay,
on.
turn my shit up.
Yeah, your shit on.
Okay.
Oh, look at this new follower.
I have a question for you guys.
my
I'm sorry, were you
God.
about to say something?
No, go.
So how are you guys with like we were talking about this before, but like drunk texting and all that. Like, are you guys bad? Are you controlled?
Nah, I don't really do that. When I was younger, I
very
used
controlled.
Really?
Yeah, when I was
Very.
younger, that was the thing because it was like a built-in excuse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, I was drunk.
And you would actually use the card.
Pierre.
But now I can't do that.
What Pierre did?
I
What you
could do
like?
it.
Pierre be drunk texting us every time he's on
That's
video. I
true.
love it though because it's always like I love you guys so
That's true. He gets really
much.
love. He's really brother when he drinks.
when he
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I was the absolute worst. Like in college, like I would text my whole phone book, like people I was not supposed to text, guys, like DMs,
Oh,
FaceTime.
you go crazy.
I was a terrible drunk texter. Anytime I got a little liquor, I like hit up the person that, and I would try to change their name, like do not text, and then I would still text them.
But keep the self control.
No, and no, it didn't work. It was not self control.
Of course.
But wasn't it fun?
It was fun. No, but now that I'm
Sometimes I
as
get
soon-
drunk just to do shit like that.
Hey,
Yeah, no,
when
yeah.
you drunk text and you was like, fuck it, and it come back, you like,
and it worked,
Yeah.
But I don't do that anymore.
Cause you know what it be. You know what it be, Reggie. Sometimes we be in our head so much, and
yeah, that's true.
then
I-
those conversations feel so easy when you
Yeah.
do that Ciroc in you.
But
That
I just have
Casamigo.
like a quick little story. So there was
Yeah.
this guy that graduated, and I had like the biggest crush on him, and we hooked up like once before he graduated.
Okay.
But then I didn't want. So he was visiting for like alumni weekend, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to drunk text him. I don't want to make a fool out of myself. I know I'm
Right.
gonna be mad thirsty for him.
Right.
And then I was like, I just because he's really cool, he's really popular. I was like, I
Right.
do not want to drunk text him. I
Right.
don't want to hit him up.
look
Right.
Boom,
bad.
whatever. So then I was really determined, and I was like, but then I didn't want to delete his number
Yeah, I know.
completely because I'm like, wait, I don't want to actually delete his number, but that's the only way I could stop myself.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me unsave his. No. And I couldn't even save it under do not text because that shit doesn't work. So I was like, Craig. Shout out to Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Hold this
I was like,
Word.
Craig. No, not hold this. I could have done that, but I wanted to keep the thread. But then I was like,
So you just had no plan from this. You had no chance.
I was sentimental girl. I want to keep our text.
didn't
Well,
have
I
a
don't
shot.
have that anymore because I'm
Yeah,
committed.
nah, you know.
But then okay, so I was like, Craig, can you change his name to the most common name ever, like Sam, like just so I don't know where it is on my phone, like I can't look it up. Don't tell me the name, please. Like put like
funny as
I don't
hell.
know, Tom or something. So that's how dedicated I was to not hitting this man up.
Right.
And so then I was like, please, the most common name you could think of,
Right.
Matt, whatever. And then I go, this is what
All
I
the white corporate names.
this is what I
Hey,
was
John.
looking for in the beginning of the episode. I was looking for a screenshot. I promise I wasn't just looking at my phone for no reason. I was looking for the screenshot. This is from 2018. So the guy winds up texting me anyway.
I knew it.
Because you know.
I fucking knew it.
But
It's-
at
it's
least
you.
he hit me up first.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Ah.
Look at what Craig. I told him the most common name. Look at what Craig changed his name to.
Should say snuffleupagus. What's
Yo,
his name?
shout out to
No, read it. I don't care.
Dickory McDick.
Yo, Craig.
Shout out to Craig.
Nah, cause that's fucked up. Cause you got horny when you right.
No, and he was like,
That's fucked
hey,
up.
what you up to?
That's fucked up. Cause instead of like
I
not,
said,
yeah, nah,
I said
that's
Tom,
fucked
or
up.
a girl's name,
That's
Sally.
fucked up.
Nancy.
He gonna say
Nancy.
Damn, he named him "Come Get Dick."
Dickory McDick and see what you up to is
Fucking
crazy.
tears. When you say that when you
I was
drunk,
about to say that probably hurt even more because you probably like, damn.
I was like, Craig, really?
knew
Like
what time it was.
Dickory McDick is fire. That is hilarious,
that's
my
tough.
nigga.
Nancy.
That's
Listen,
tough.
I delete your
Hey,
number.
even mom. Dickory McDick is crazy, Craig. Why did you do that?
I can't, like, even when I've been in those moments where it's like, yo, I know this is good for me. Like, I should probably block some numbers, change some numbers.
Right.
I'm drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't got that in me to
Y'all
do that.
boring.
I don't got that.
I don't like
Y'all
why you-
so boring.
I don't like
Why
blocking
you
people
wanna block?
because I need them
no.
to see me.
I want it to come through.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. What did you say, Reggie?
I don't have anybody blocked, even though I've had a lot of toxic relations. I've been through really bad stuff.
Yeah.
I don't ever block them because I need them to see I'm flourishing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't hit them up. I don't hit them up. I
I'll
don't
block
contact
the fuck
them.
out of you.
I don't have anybody blocked.
How many people do you have blocked?
A lot.
If you had to guess, ballpark.
100.
Really?
Got
Reggie?
you. 100
But is
people.
it
How
because
about
of the
you?
personal relations, or is it like a fan that like says some wild shit?
It's a mixture of both. 70% is more of people I don't fuck with, that I'm like, fuck you, I don't want you in my life anymore. Like 70, and then the other 30 is just like the real asshole fans. Like, you gotta be a real dick, like, to really like make me go, yo, I'm gonna block you.
I give people one chance.
yeah, me too.
I don't block
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I don't be like, yo, bro, chill. I don't even do that.
I got about 800 people blocked.
Oh, I have a lot of people. I have a
Save
lot of
on.
strangers
Save
blocked.
on.
I have like
Save on.
800 people
Save on,
blocked.
save on,
Nah,
save
dead
on.
ass.
You don't
So
even
do I.
care about 800 people.
Nah, I care that they blocked.
Save on.
I care that they
I
get-
need them out of here, bro.
Yeah.
800?
I hear you.
I got about
800?
800 people blocked.
That
Bro.
was talking about my close
That's
friends
a-
and
that's a
400
lot.
people being in there.
Yeah.
You got 400 people
That's
in your
why I
close
don't
friends?
use it. And that's why
See,
I don't
that's
use
not
it.
why. That's
We
not.
talked about
why
that
I
on
don't- He
Patreon.
wasn't here.
No, look at my
Oh, he
block
was.
list. Look,
Oh,
this
wow.
is my block list.
How many
but
people you think that
it's
is? I got-
all,
That's
it's
a lot of
all,
people.
No, it's all spam accounts because
Oh.
I would see them watch my story and I wouldn't like that. Now
yeah.
I don't keep track, but like before I wouldn't want the thought of like this random girl from my town like watching my story on like a burner account. So that's when I block people.
Oh, that's when you block
But in terms
them.
of like actual people in my life, I don't really care. Whatever.
Yeah, I probably have one person blocked. You got to see I'm that
One
nigga.
person.
Yeah, you got
Damn,
to see.
what did he or
You
she
gotta
That's a
do?
good ratio.
Yeah, I probably about one.
Wow.
of
What
niggas
is that
about
one?
We are so different, bro. How do we get this far in like
I know, right?
friendship?
Same
and,
like, if
like-
you're just sick of someone, you just automatically block them.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to put no
Word.
energy. I don't want you to see me. I don't want you to know anything about me.
wanna
Like,
see you.
because the beautiful thing about
I like
technology,
that. I
wanna
prefer
see
that.
you.
like the beautiful thing about technology,
Uh-huh.
is that you can make people disappear.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't realize, especially in today's day and age, once you get out of high school, because I was talking to one of my guys the other day.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, like, you know, as you get older, you kind of take things for granted. So anybody who's in that space of, you know, you're stuck, you don't really have a social life, you don't really know where you're going career-wise, like,
Right.
you're just stuck. You're just trying to figure it out. You don't know.
Yeah.
And that is okay.
Yeah.
But I think in high school, like, I told my friend, I said, you didn't realize how good we had it when we were younger because everything was given to you, right?
Okay.
So now today, you got to put in a little bit of effort. You got to put in effort to see your friends. You got to put in a little bit of effort to court a woman or a man. You got to
Right.
put in a little bit of effort.
fact.
Yeah.
When you were in school, whether it be college, high school, whatever, grad school, like everything
face.
is there.
Yeah.
So I never understood the people that used to go to school to cut classes because I'm like, yo, all the girls is in classes,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
That's true,
where are
too.
you going?
why am I cutting class when
hang out.
everything that I want,
They're all
which
in here.
is women,
They're
Right.
all in here.
and
That's everything he wanted.
That's
Right.
everything to
That's
say.
all he
No,
wanted in
no,
high school.
In high school, yeah.
You didn't want grades.
Yeah.
You didn't get you cared about your grades in high school,
I
bro.
didn't.
Exactly, like
But-
sports,
but I was-
basketball,
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Everything was there
That's true.
for 8 hours a day.
That's true.
And you don't realize it until you look around and
Yeah,
like,
we
yo,
don't- we didn't know at the
damn, I
time.
ain't got nobody I can really hit up like that. Or
No.
this person's busy, or this person got a kid now, or is married, so maybe they got
Yeah.
a different outlook on life. Like,
Yeah.
I was just talking to one of my boys about this the other day. Like,
Uh-huh.
yo, you just see things from a different perspective as
When you get
older.
out of high school, you saying?
just out of
School.
community,
Community
yeah,
settings.
a
I was-
built-in community.
Yeah, I was able to reinvent myself out of high school. Like, that's why I
Of
never
course.
cared for high school. As soon
Yeah.
as I got out of high school, I reinvented my whole self. And when I was in college, I knew exactly who I was, and I felt dope in college.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, all right, I know exactly who I am now. So I came in with that confidence, like I know who I am. You know,
Finding yourself is also it's always very interesting.
it is. And
Because
it's-
you think you know who you are.
that's right.
That'd be the funny shit. Like
When
you be
did you
so
guys
adamant.
When did you guys have that moment
And
that you found yourself?
pain. pain, hurt, pain, getting fucked up, pain.
Same.
Not true.
Pain.
No,
You
it's
learn
so
it through
true.
pain.
I think I'm going through a phase right now. Oh my God, I had a drunken conversation with my friends when they visited Connecticut about this. Like I was at the table, I was like, I don't know, because I think I kind of did so much in my career in my early 20s that now I'm so thankful and like I'm still working really hard. I'm still doing like things that I like appreciate, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know anymore. Like that doesn't, I'm like, I want more. So I'm kind of, my life is not all about my career, like these cool things, these cool interviews. I'm like, why does this matter? So 25, I'm definitely kind of like finding myself again and like putting a lot more into like family, friends, relationship and stuff like that. And the podcast means the world to me because we actually talk to people. So I'm finding that kind of stuff more fulfilling now. And I'm having a
you have to
refining
relearn
myself.
yourself. You have to relearn
I'm
yourself.
entering like a new era.
Absolutely, because we're who we have to be to get through school settings. Right. Like that's very prominent between a lot of people.
Right.
Then you get out of school settings, and then you start to realize the things that are not influencing you, and now you're just left with your thoughts. And now
great.
when you're left with your thoughts, everything you used to identify with, like I was talking to y'all about this, just Drake in general, right? I understand Kendrick more now. Like just where I'm at in life, right? Like his album he just put out, right? It's just speaking to me way more.
I seen you tweet that.
Yeah, and I really mean that
seen you
shit.
tweet that,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I'm thinking completely different, but it's like it was a point where I really felt like, that was Alex.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you're finding Alex right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's why I get so tight when people be like, you changed this. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just constantly evolving and finding myself.
That's a fact.
To get to a point where I'm like, you know what, I'm content with me.
I believe the pandemic had a lot to do with that too. I think the pandemic, like now that we're kind of trying to, like now is standard, right? I was one of my friends, they got COVID and he had to get a test. He had to get a PCR test, and you got to go to work. You got to report it.
Yeah.
It used to be like a week, 2 weeks where you couldn't go back to work.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, you about to be off for like the next week, next 2 weeks. Like we can kind of chop it up more. We can hold each other accountable, call each other, whatever the case may be. Like you got some downtime. He was like, wait, 2 weeks, nigga? Are you crazy? Like
I got a day.
technology? Yeah, we got a day. Like I'm going back to work Thursday if my shit clears.
Got a day or
Like
two.
now we're starting to adapt to everything that we were afraid of a few years ago.
Yeah.
So everything is kind of like it's starting to catch up.
Yeah.
The pandemic is like life before and after. It's like BC.
Pre and
Like
post,
when people
yeah.
talk about
that's
the Bible,
interesting.
BC, before Christ, after
AC.
Christ, how different. Like
Before
that's what I
COVID?
BC, before COVID.
Wow.
Right? Like
Interesting.
it's a real thing. And I think it's not only affecting us as humans, as people, interactions, social life, everything, anxiety. I feel like anxiety is just heightened at this point. It's just like everything is always there.
Yeah.
But I think one thing is really affected that we haven't really talked about. We talk a lot about music on this podcast. But one of the things I wanted to bring up to y'all, because with all these prominent figures dropping music, the Kendrick Lamars, Post Malone, everybody who's just dropping music at a rapid rate.
Right.
I feel like we have expectations. We got this new things where people are predicting sales. And all of these, well, not all, but a lot of the artists are falling short of their predicted
Predictions.
album sales.
Okay.
And I think somewhere, and I haven't heard this conversation anywhere else, so I wanted to bring it here first.
I'm so excited.
The pandemic is affecting the music industry in a way where people aren't selling records or moving units at the rate that we expect them to, or that maybe they expect themselves to.
Okay.
And the rules have changed in music.
And I don't really understand how
Dev,
or why.
I want you to open up with that. I know a lot of people have heard about how Billboard things are gauged and stuff like that. As an artist, break down what has changed, because again, quick example, right?
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar just dropped an album.
Yes.
I think it did maybe 300.
I think less than,
260,
I think less than 3.
It did under
I think
3.
It was like
right?
280 something.
The
or
one before
260
that,
something.
damn, did like 600.
Damn.
So Devvon, break down to the people why like his last album did that and this one did that, when he kind of takes the same hiatuses.
Right. So, golden era of music, right? I say was, besides the golden era of hip hop back in the day when we always said, I say from 2014 to about 2017 was the height of like how much money we were making as artists. And I've brought this to you guys before. And the reason why I say it was the height was because we were getting a streaming check, and we were also still getting people buying physical
Physicals.
copies. So you remember you were still going to iTunes store, still hit
ways.
pre-order.
That was when J. Cole, he dropped his album and they went to like the Best Buy and bought the CDs.
still get the
yeah,
views.
You
yeah, yeah.
still were doing that. But guess what? It also existed. Streaming also existed as well. I remember my first
Okay.
streaming check. I said, what the fuck
shit.
is this? And I was like, Spotify, I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, oh, I get this plus my physical. Wow.
Slick.
Sales through the roof.
Yeah.
Because of the way we was also counting streams was different too. Less streams, you was getting more sales.
Absolutely.
Let me break it down to you like this. 1 million people, have listened to my one song. How many sales do you think that is?
Sales or
Yeah.
like
No,
dollar
I know
amount?
it's some crazy low number.
How many sales is that? 1 million streams.
I don't even
How
know.
many sales do you think
Maybe
that is?
wait, does it equal to like $300, something like that? Or are you asking something different?
Well, units wise, like how many units? So, because I'm kind of trying to keep it in the perspective of
You
Kendrick's
talking like
units.
platinum? You
I
talking
don't
some of
know.
those platinum?
How many how many sales is that? Like, meaning units. Like, how many units did I sell if I got 1 million streams on a song?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the
Right.
unit actual amount.
Amount,
Okay.
right?
The
What's
number amount.
right? The hard amount. So I'll say it.
Is
for,
it a third of that?
I wish.
Oh, okay.
So if I get 1 million streams, that's 800 copies.
Holy shit. Wait, who even came up with this? Like, oh, 1 million is 800.
800 digital or physical?
800 digital copies. So if I did 1 million streams, I did 800 units. Roughly 800 units. So let's put this into perspective.
How does that like?
Exactly.
Because that's how they're counting it. So when I'm looking at everybody saying, oh, sales are low, I'm like, yo, bro, it's the way it's being counted. Like, understand, if I see a billion if I see 1 million streams or something, I say, wow, maybe what, 250,000 people? Maybe let's just say 250,000 people might have listened to that.
A quarter.
And you telling me you're gonna translate that to 800? It's a way to keep us so that they don't have to pay us out so much.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to pay us out so much. Like 800 units. Yeah, 800 units will probably get you about what, $4,000?
Yeah.
And that's how much that
Yeah.
million streams turns
Yeah,
into.
and I was just
About
about to-
$3,000, $4,000. How the
Think
fuck
about that.
So 2014 to 2017, golden era, because we were getting both checks. The big shift, and this is how I can mark it for you, is remember when A Boogie's album came out and people were making fun of him?
Yeah.
Like A Boogie's album came out and it was like, yo, he only sold like 100 units physical, but he did a bunch digital, and we laughed at that, but we didn't understand. Oh no, streaming is just taking over. The younger kids
They
are
didn't
just
count it yet. Like,
we didn't understand it right.
How
And remember,
to.
everybody's album was flopping in that moment. Like Big Sean, everybody's album was flopping because we didn't understand. You remember? Because we didn't
wait, did it actually flop?
Exactly.
Oh.
So we just weren't counting it the way we're counting now as well.
As used
So
to, yeah.
when I look at Kendrick's album, Damn, right? I'm so sure there are physical sales
There
from the
were,
iTunes
there were,
stores
there were.
And bundles.
and bundles
yeah.
also.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll talk about that. Let's keep that separate. Which one? Without streaming.
Damn,
so
so
his physicals
353.
was 353.
Jeez.
His physicals.
Jesus
And his total was
Christ.
600. So what I'm
Jesus
saying now
Christ.
is basically what's happening is the way it's being counted. I don't think the impact is different. I think the impact is even more or better or the same. But what we're doing is the way we're actually counting
Or
streams.
presenting the numbers?
Yes, it's just a completely different method, and it's not.
You want to know what's fucked up? So my brain, because I don't know the music industry, I know the podcast space. I know the podcast industry, I know that. So my brain was like, all right, with this perfect storm of the pandemic and people staying home and the rise of podcasts and the rise of audiobooks, and there's a podcast network here.
Right.
There's a celebrity dropping a podcast here. Like, shout out, there's a new R&B podcast, but like Tank,
Tank, yeah.
and
His guy.
I
forgot his
I don't
name.
want to.
Sorry,
yeah,
but I know what you're talking
apologize.
about.
But there's a podcast, like every week there's a new prominent podcast being inserted into the game because it's just open now. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, is there a correlation between the podcast space and the music space?
Right.
Now, maybe somebody like a Kendrick Lamar isn't affected by that, but in general, like if I'm logging on to Spotify, which I do often, or if I'm going to YouTube, which I do often, and I'm searching for just content, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a sports recap show, whatever it is, clips, anything, segments, whatever it is, they're now competing where 2014 or 2014, 2017, right? You said 2014, 2017. That area. The podcast wasn't as prominent. If you know, you know. It was one of those things. In 2014 to 2017, if you had a podcast, if you know, you know, it wasn't popular, you were just committed to it. But now, today, where it's so prominent, it's like, okay, are they competing? Is this affecting anything at all in the music space? I don't know, because I know a lot of people are pouring, literally, when I tell you, pouring money into podcasts.
Yes.
Pouring
It's
That
worth
sounds
more
nice.
money. It's worth more than music.
But does that show
I'm
that there's
excited.
competition though?
It is. No,
Does it?
it's
Does
not.
does that show
It's
that there's
not, 'cause
competition,
I've been
though?
seeing that.
Yeah.
I've been seeing people saying.
It has to be competition
I don't
in some
think so.
form.
I don't
If
think
you
so.
get it from the same place.
Let me answer
Okay,
him first. Let me
there's a
answer
lot
him
of
first.
layers to this.
Let me
Okay.
answer him
Go
first.
ahead. Okay.
There are only about, if we being honest, right? I'll say 15 to 20 prominent podcasts that really compete on a level with big major level artists.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just feel like if the field was a little bit more even in terms of how many more prominent podcasters there were,
Right.
as opposed to prominent musicians,
Right.
I would understand this. You're right, though. They are, and I know you see it firsthand, they are dumping a bunch of money in the podcast. And I think, again, they're trying to get ahead of it to couple it with the music. You get what I'm saying? So we see a lot of the TikTok stuff now.
Yeah.
So for me, and this is why I say they're competing, right? Whenever I have to go to a centralized platform to decide whether I want one or the other, that seems like a competition to me. You get what I'm saying?
I see your reasoning because it's like even your morning commute, it used to always be music, but now it's
music.
podcast. Like so the way we're spending our time listening,
If
I get what you're saying.
if my commute is an hour long,
Right.
I'm probably going to look for a podcast that's about 45 minutes
Me
to
too.
an hour and a half,
Me
just
too.
so I could pass the time, opposed to listening to an album that's about 25, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like this song, so I might skip this song.
Right.
A podcast, I'm not skipping ahead. I'm not skipping going backwards. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm listening straight through. So for me, that's where I say the competition is. Not necessarily that a podcast executive and a music executive is waking up saying, oh, look at this podcast. It's getting more streams. It's getting more views.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we're in the same field.
Sure.
It's almost like how they do, and wow, how the fuck do I? It's like how they do the black community.
Okay.
It's almost like crabs in a barrel.
Okay.
Where they put us in these situations where it's us versus us.
Yeah.
So naturally, we have to compete.
Right.
Naturally, we have to kind of utilize the same resources, but in this case, it's the same audiences.
Right.
Because if there's a paid campaign on a podcast, right? If a company decides I'm going to put $50,000 into promoting this podcast on Spotify or on Apple, right? And you open Apple or Spotify, and the first thing you see is whatever is being promoted, which is a podcast, right? Or like right now, I'm working on a podcast for The Wire.
Okay.
20th
Wow.
anniversary. Yeah, the 20th anniversary.
Fire.
You're doing
And
some cool shit over there.
I know.
Yo, come on, give him a round of applause. Appreciate that.
That's pretty
Word.
cool.
It is dope. The Method Man, hosted by Method Man, by the way. It's super dope.
He's going crazy on
It's
us.
kinda
Say
crazy.
on.
Yeah,
You be on
yeah,
Zoom
yeah.
calls with all the muscles?
It's
Tell
like-
us this?
Yeah, it's out. It's
oh,
out.
shit, my bad. I'm sorry.
Episode 2 drops today, actually.
Okay,
So,
okay.
We're working the podcast, and I know what goes into the podcast,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah,
We're working with Spotify. We're working with Apple.
right.
It's up. It's on HBO Max. It's there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now if an artist has to do the same thing,
Right.
naturally, I'm competing with you. Let's say your album drops the same day that one of my podcasts release.
Okay.
I
think I'm
maybe
taking-
I think it's different. Now that you put it like that, I don't think Devvon Terrell's album is like competing with
I
the
love
podcast.
The Wire and I love his music.
But I got one commute.
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. I got one. I love Devvon Terrell's music, but damn, I love The Wire. I want to hear what Method Man is talking about on The Wire.
I got 40 minutes.
But let's say I got 40 minutes. Now let's say Devvon Terrell, he puts up $100,000 with Spotify to promote his album. I only put $20,000 to promote mine.
Okay.
His is right there. It's the spotlight. They call it spotlights. A lot of people need to learn these like buzzwords when when they're consuming content.
tell you the name.
Highlights and spotlights and playlist thing and all this shit. Like your playlist is designed that way by for reasons, not by chance.
It's called a marquee.
Yeah, it's a marquee thing. These corporate words that again we don't realize it, but at the same time, like I said, Devvon, I love your music.
Sure.
But nigga, I love The Wire too.
That's
I gotta
a
go
fact.
see what Avon Barksdale is slinging over there in Baltimore.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like I got now
But
by
the replay
nature.
value of an album, you can listen to that episode, okay, cool, on that Monday commute, but then the rest of the week you're bumping Devvon.
Fact.
But here's the thing though.
Yeah.
You gonna play his again next week.
Okay.
So you play Save On every week. You might give me 2 weeks and I'm done. And then you'll pull the songs in your playlist. You'll,
No, I'm still replaying your album.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I believe. Here's my true belief.
Because
I think that
not to cut you
Okay.
off, remember what you're saying, right?
Okay.
You remember what you're gonna say?
yes.
It's more so like if an album, because that's very important.
Yeah.
If an album comes out, I just feel like there'd be more excitement with an album as opposed to a podcast.
it's a
Like,
moment.
don't get me wrong though. Sometimes you get like a really big guest, and I can kind of add to it, but it's just something about a podcast and knowing that you could treat it in bits. Like, all right, I'll do 40 on my commute, come back to it later. As opposed to everybody on your timeline talking about this really big artist that you've been loving for all your life. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like it'd be so much more excitement.
Yeah, that
driven
is
to
a
the music.
difference, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're right though. It could be a very, maybe Kanye Drink Champs drop. I don't know if an album dropped that day. I'm sure people saw it and was like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. But that Future, I'm not saying they dropped the same way. I might get to that artist first. What you gonna say, Devvon? I'm sorry.
Well, to piggyback off of that, I think there's a quality over quantity kind of thing when it comes to that, because with the music, you know that there was time that was put into this, and it's one moment, pow.
Yeah.
We're always gonna jump to a moment like, okay, this is now, like this is right now, as opposed to a podcast. It's kind of like, well, I get this every week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think slow and steady wins the race in this case, because when I think about us, right, and I say, well, how many streams are you getting consistently over the course of a month, as opposed to me through the year? And I go, holy shit, y'all might beat me, because y'all drop consistently every single week, hitting 60,000 streams. And I'm like, wow, that's really dope from a consistent standpoint. What I think is happening is, I think podcasting is starting to become to the platforms worth more than music, because their whole goal is to keep us on the platform. And there's nothing that keeps you on a platform longer than a podcast. So I say to myself, one, I don't want to show you your numbers, because if I show you your numbers, you might be able to quantify how much you're worth.
You're worth. Yeah.
So I want to make it very difficult to see your numbers, and I want other people to not know either, because if other people find out our numbers and can just go and see, if I'm please let me finish. If I'm HBO, I can go to the dopest podcast where, this podcast gets the most numbers. Hey guys, we want to advertise you. That's too much power for us.
Right.
Because if they see our numbers, all of them are just going to say, those are the numbers. Let me think. That's the same reason why Instagram hides our likes as well, because they want them to start coming to Instagram on the back end to actually get a part of that advertising.
I have a question for the. Oh no, keep going.
I
have a question for the room. Yeah. How many times would you guys say you guys go back to particular podcast episodes?
I don't.
Okay.
Once I'm done, I'm done.
Me too.
I'm done.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I don't think.
Once I heard it, I consumed it.
But I gave you 3. But I gave you.
I gave it to you.
I gave you
But
3 hours.
But is it a?
But also,
in what range?
But can I counter that? Can I counter that?
Yeah.
Because that's true. I've never gone back to listen to a podcast. There's maybe one far and few between when we did like the Pusha T one. I think Pusha T and Joe when he was beefing with Drake.
Yeah,
I went back. I think I watched that a few times. I think I rewatched a few Mike Tyson ones. But generally speaking, I never go back to listen to a podcast. But what I do is when I discover a new podcast. I binge every single
That's what
episode.
you need to know.
And so the back catalog is still extremely valuable.
People do that with new artists
also,
too, right?
it's like
People do that with new
120
artists.
minutes in one episode.
So you are competing.
That's equal to like a bunch of replays.
So I just did the math
Sure.
on that.
Okay.
So if I have a 3-hour podcast and you listen one time, that's the equivalent of me listening to the song 60 times.
Holy shit.
You ready? You ready? More math.
That's
More
worth
math. You ready?
That's something.
It's something.
Yeah.
You'd have to listen to Kendrick Lamar's album 83 times to equal to one album sale. Just to put things in
It's
perspective.
nasty, bro.
Holy shit.
That's not fair, bro. That's not fair.
I done gave him about 5 album sales
listen,
then.
man, I'm for real, because this is the one thing that really bothers me a lot, and I feel like I don't have a strong enough voice for it, because when I do my when I sit and I know I come from the hybrid state, right?
Absolutely.
I come from the state of streaming and digital. So when I see my sales now, and then I look at the numbers as far as the streams, and then I look at how much I get paid out, I'm like, how does this make sense? It's so hard to make a living as an independent artist, like off of what they're paying. I'm like, this is stupid.
Even the payouts, right? Because I talk about this all the time, right?
Ridiculous.
If you, let's say you did 1 million listens. Devvon, is that a one-time payment?
What?
How does that work? Like, because a lot of people don't understand it. Like, you might tell somebody, yo, I did 1 million plays on this song. I got like 5, 6K. Somebody might go, oh, that's valid. And I tell them, I go, I don't know if that's valid if it's a one-time payout of 5 to 6K.
Or I say,
you know
how long?
hard it is to get 1 million people to listen to something?
Over how long?
Over how long?
What, you got it over 6 months?
There you go.
You think $5,000 is going to feed me?
And this is what people need to hear, because they really don't understand the structure.
Exactly.
I was just having a combo with one of my homies, right? Somebody's album had went platinum. I forget who it is.
Okay.
He was like, oh shit, that was really good. No, they didn't go platinum. I'm lying. It sold like 40.
40,000?
Yeah, 40,000.
Okay.
He was like, oh, that's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, but imagine what he would have made if there was no streaming. Again, but they brainwashing a lot of the consumers now to just fall in love with DSP. I'm included.
Yeah.
We do kind of need to get back to the iTunes store and stuff like that, but the companies do such a good job of marketing streaming
and making it so accessible and free. There's no way for me to break that from you.
And that's
I'm
what I
not
was
gonna
telling
break
him.
your $10
No
a month for to be like,
And that's
I'm
what
gonna
he
pay
told
more
me.
for my music. You're not doing that.
Devvon, that's what he told me. He
You're
said,
spoiled.
but it's way easier to just use DSP. And I'm like, and that's where they get us.
And that's where you got
so
me.
it helps the consumer, but the artist, it kills the
It gets
artist.
murdered. But then they try to use, it helps you with discoverability. Sure. I get
Sure,
it. Maybe a lot of people.
It does, but it doesn't.
It
It does, but it doesn't.
Right.
Because if I'm listening to a playlist, I'm listening to it for like, I'm not listening to it to like discover new music.
You're not.
Unless I'm a music head. I want to hear what I want to hear.
Right.
Like, that's why you give me the world at my hand.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? You
Yes.
give me $1 trillion, $1 billion.
Yes.
I'm going to buy the things that I want to buy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, whatever I saw for myself, if I saw a Lamborghini, if I saw a yacht when I was dead broke and you give me $1 billion, I'm going to go purchase that yacht when I get $1 billion.
Right.
So if you give me everything to listen to in the fucking world, I'm going to listen to whatever the fuck I want to listen to. I might be in a mood where it's like, you know what? Let me just put something on and I'll listen to everything. And oh wow, this artist is dope. Like, I found a few people like that. I want to say, who's the last person? I can't even remember the last person that I found by like happenstance just listening to a playlist. The last person that I heard in passing, I was at a lounge.
The old-fashioned way.
But that's how I found new. Exactly, I had hookah, and that's how I found a new artist that I was like, oh wait, shit. When I leave here,
That's
I
how I
gotta
found
go
Lucky
check.
Day.
I gotta go check that person out.
Right.
It wasn't the playlist. Like, the playlist is great for, I guess, quote unquote visibility. Because like when I go on the R&B chat and the R&B playlist and I see Devvon Terrell, I'm like, oh, that's fine. Like,
that's my man.
My guy.
It feels like an accomplishment,
I'm like,
right?
yo, I see him next to Chris Brown's new song and hers new song and Lucky Day's new song, and then it's Devvon Terrell. Like, I see it and I understand like that still is a big thing. But as the average consumer, like, if I don't know, I might listen to it. It's like, oh shit, this shit is dope. But then we on to the next. You get what I'm saying?
Pushing.
And that's the same thing for the podcast. The Need to Know podcast. It might be recommendations, but you see these 4 random people on the shit like, who the fuck are these?
There's plenty of times you've
Why
said
the
this.
fuck am I listening to them?
You said that. You've plenty of times you got into a place and said, who the fuck is this? And you might like it, but you're like, oh, that was dope. But next, like, you know what I mean? Like, either I'm gonna catch you or not. But I think that using the discoverability thing over us, like, well, you wouldn't have this much discoverability. It's like, yo, fam, but I can't reinvest into myself. The song, if I pay the producer $400 for the beat, then I put another $400 in the marketing. Then I spend another $500 on a video. These are shitty numbers, by the way. What I'm in the whole $1,200. You know, it's gonna take me. I gotta get like 1.2 million. How many streams? How much streams? I gotta get so much streams. I gotta get like 250,000 streams just to get that money back.
But I will say this.
What?
I'm a little bit jealous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little bit jealous.
What?
Because there's no way for podcasters to truly monetize, regardless of the streams that we get. Right. So I would love pennies. I would love crumbs. You get what I'm saying? I would love it, but it's not a thing. I haven't heard those conversations.
We don't get like any type of check at all.
We get zero checks no matter how many streams we get. You know where we get our checks? At the top of this podcast when we talk about, hey, your Ross Class. Shout out to Ross Class. Make sure you keep your wrists nice and clean.
Because if we get mad streams, we get nothing for it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
So
who's paying out?
So listen to this. They're getting away with
murder.
We get nothing.
Because we're supposed to, with the way podcasting is supposed to go, it's supposed to go like the music industry. We're supposed to have a performing rights organization, a PRO,
It's just so new.
ASCAP, BMI, CSAC that's collecting our mechanical royalties from these DSPs. But if they do that, they will go broke. And they have to figure that out.
So many podcasts.
Well, it's not going to stay that way for long.
It isn't. We're going to figure. No, it's going to get figured out. There's going to be a royalty paid to podcasters for their streams. But like I said, that's why the numbers are hidden. Because all the numbers on Spotify Music, you can see that, right?
Yeah.
But you can't see podcasting.
Even with music streams, like one stream isn't even worth a penny.
0.0013.
Like, do y'all hear that shit?
Yeah.
Do you hear that shit?
It's
like
tough.
a penny already mad cheap. We be throwing them in the street sometimes.
Like,
it's not.
I don't even accept pennies. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
that's messed up.
Bougie.
That's messed up.
I get them Abraham Lincoln.
I hear you. No, you're right.
And that's fucked up.
I'm saying that's messed up.
Like, we have to like let's really have conversations, bro.
Yes.
It's more inconvenient for me to like walk around with that, and I'll be like, like the other day I seen somebody and tell me if like y'all could judge me.
We always judge.
Because I judge me a little bit, but then I said like, when's the last time I actually took a quarter and used it? I don't remember the last time.
We are going through a coin shortage.
You getting money? Oh, my bad.
That's true though.
He doesn't remember what it feels like to hold a quarter.
Money.
No, I've seen.
Alex, when the last time you used a quarter?
I used one this week.
For what?
Some at the store.
You had a quarter in your pocket?
Yes, I had keep it in my car.
You have a
Oh, with the 93 fuel in the foreign. Oh, you got a change jar in the foreign.
What you?
So you? Nah, he hood
vacuum.
rich. You know how the hood
He needed
niggas
to
do.
vacuum the
You know how
foreign.
the hood niggas do. The hood niggas always got a little change jar.
In the
You know how it be.
in the glove
You
compartment.
don't want to use the debit.
That's a fact.
Go use one of them little singles in the little cup.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that a a thing? Do you guys not use your debit card for like really small purchases?
I hate doing it.
I use my credit card a lot.
Is that not a good thing? Because
I use it for
was buying
everything.
something with my boyfriend, and he was like, "Oh, I can't. I don't want to use my card. It's like only $1." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Like you guys
some
don't do
spots
that?"
have like a minimum
Yeah.
on what.
No, even if there wasn't a minimum,
even
he
if
was
there
like,
was-
he was like, "No, I don't do that."
I
I
don't
was
like that shit,
I
man.
do that. I do
Is
that.
that-
I try to hold my cash. Like I'll take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the amount. I'll take a certain amount of money.
Nah, get your shit off.
Nah,
so
so crazy.
crazy.
I'll keep a certain
All
amount
the
of
money's
money
in your right pocket.
right.
Go crazy.
I keep
So
a
I'm
certain
not
money.
gonna pull $100,000 out.
So
that's what you
that
telling
was so
us.
good.
So that's what you telling us. So
That
I'm
was
not
mad
gonna
good,
pull
Savon.
another grand.
That was funny. That was good. That was very good.
Alright.
I keep a certain amount of
my
cash
God, that
on
was-
me at all times for emergencies. Like I like to have cash.
That was good.
Yo, fuck out of here. Fuck out of
That
here.
was good. So you
That's what he told us just now.
That's what he
Wait,
said.
I want to say something because Dev, when you were first explaining to us about how you quantify the physical and streaming and how that is changing,
Yeah.
and about how people made fun of A Boogie when the numbers looked low,
Right.
That the perception. I wonder how many people's perceptions was skewed by the quote unquote flop. You told us their album flopped,
Right.
but it really didn't. Like
Right.
Big Sean's album didn't actually flop. So I
Right.
remember how many artists have been affected
Slighted?
by that.
All of us. I
That's
remember,
crazy. Like, yo, these albums didn't flop, but you just told us they
Yes.
did. So people made fun of that. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
I
crazy.
went into the
Knowledge.
biggest depression of my entire life in 2018 when my first album, Weird Nights, came out because I had just came off an album called Coast to Coast, which we did 10K first week. There wasn't a label knocking on our door. We did 10K first week. It was a big moment. We was like, yo, bro, we're independent. We just did 10K. Them
That's
checks
crazy.
was fucking stupid.
It was flying.
We made Billboard top 10.
Made Billboard.
It was a
Come on.
huge album.
Wow, amazing, bro.
Independent. So of course, every label like, who the fuck are these
Yeah,
kids?
You think around two of that.
So
yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
he went my boy Futurist, shout out my boy Futurist. He went his separate way. He was like, yo, I'm about to drop my solo. I was like, bet, I'm gonna go drop my solo. Let's get our money. So in my head, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drop 2 albums a year and be fucking set for life.
life.
So he dropped his project and he was like, yo, something's wrong. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm about to kill. I don't know what you're talking about.
You like, yeah, whatever.
And then I was coming up and I was like, holy shit, something's wrong.
Something
wrong.
changed.
Shit, massive shift.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is the number so low? I don't understand what's happening. And we discovered, holy shit, this hybrid era of streaming and physicals, people going to iTunes and clicking $10. One person could give me 10 cash.
it's different.
Now one person is giving me a penny.
Less than
They're
a penny.
miscounting
Less
your
than a
worth.
penny.
Like
Yes.
they're
It's not right. Look, if
Yeah.
you listen to my album straight through 12 songs,
Yeah.
isn't that a fucking album sale? Like, what are we talking
should
about?
be.
Like,
And I hope people realize, like, we've had this streaming conversation before, like, oh, what does streaming do? Money, but this is like a different lens to it.
Well,
it really
I agree.
Is.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think there should be better compensation. But what I will counter that with, if I listen to your album one time straight through, right? I think
I got you.
It gives a lot of power to
Okay.
those streaming farms.
Okay.
Or it's skewing the numbers.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
that would be my only argument where I agree with you. There should be better compensation.
Right.
If you do anything that's worth $1 million,
Right.
you shouldn't see less than 1/10 of a fucking million.
Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? So
Yeah.
Come
I'm
on.
with you on that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, cool. If I listen to your album, let's say straight through one time.
Okay.
Should it equal the album sale? Because my grandmother, I told you, I think I said this on this podcast. My grandmother will turn our podcast on mute. Just so she can contribute
That's
Right.
to the numbers.
To the numbers.
Because she's like, I want to hear about my grandson fucking. I'd be like, yo,
amazing.
grandma, thank you. I don't want you to know about me
Grandma.
fucking
Oh my
either.
God,
Like,
that's so
but just know I
nice.
put it down for our family name.
Okay.
But it's like, yo, I don't
That's
want her to
fire.
hear about that,
Right.
but I appreciate the support.
Right.
So we could do the same thing with music. Like, you could just tell all the people that work at HMD Studio,
Right.
yo, I know maybe y'all not a big R&B fan.
Right.
Yo, can y'all just play this album on repeat, on repeat, on repeat? So
Right.
it can skew the numbers. So
your
I
own
do
stream
agree
volume.
with you.
Right.
I want to let you know.
Okay.
I agree.
I have something to
But
piggyback
at the
off
same
you.
time, I feel like it's dangerous, just like with the editing text messages conversation.
Right.
It could be a little bit dangerous because of the nuances of what could happen.
Got you. So here's my thing about that, right? If I put a lot of work into the marketing and stuff like that, and we back in the day, we bought albums that we like, this shit trash, but I got my sale, right? I put in work to market to you in order to purchase my album. So even though you listened to the album one time through, and then you made a decision whether or not this was going into your car, that's still my sale of
Yeah,
marketing
you
dollars.
did that, like,
I still did that and got it to you and marketed my sale.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's like, okay, you might have listened one time straight through and made the decision, I'm not listening to this shit
But I
ever
didn't have
again.
to purchase it.
You
It was for
didn't.
free.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying it shouldn't count as equal to a purchase.
But here's my
because
thing.
it's free.
Sure.
Essentially, not free.
But
you still clicked on it.
You still gave me a shot to listen to my piece of work that I invested so much time and money into. You're still getting the quote unquote enjoyment of my work.
But that's the purity of it. And from a pure standpoint, I agree. But we all know personally streaming farms, and we know people who contribute to streaming farms.
I feel it, but I feel like it's more artists than streaming farms. You know what I'm saying? And no funny shit. If you take the time,
not if you put money involved. Not if I know I'm gonna get $12 for every time somebody listens to my album. People are gonna figure out a way to get.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
But it exists.
It's an incentive.
All of these things have existed for years.
We just said it was over 750,000 podcasts in general.
Okay.
Last week we were having arguments about if you put a song out or not, if you're an artist or not. What I'm trying to say is there's a new artist born every second, bro.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So streaming farms, it takes some brain power to even do that. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you.
Access.
And guess
You
what?
feel me? Yeah.
I don't have
A certain type
access.
of
I don't have
access.
access. We don't have
Yeah.
that. Independent niggas ain't got no access to it, so it's just the big boys. So it's even worse because it's like.
I agree.
So
I
if I
agree.
look at Post Malone, and I'm not assuming, I don't want to even say artist name because I'm not saying you're using it, but if I look at a big artist and I see his sales, and y'all talking about his sales are low, and he's using streaming farms, well, Jesus Christ. I think about with me, and I'm like, so the disparity is crazy.
It's a lack of knowledge. It's the blogs. Because the people in the music industry that know what's going on, like, all these low sales that Savon was mentioning, this isn't a surprise to anyone. If you play the field, you understand what's going on. But the way these blogs, you portray shit.
I don't like that.
You get what I'm saying? I hate the culture that, oh my God, you only sell
I think it's a lack of
you don't even know.
I think it's a lack of understanding.
But they don't even understand the game.
Right.
So that's what the shit I be making
That's
me
why when Dev was like explaining it, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I get it now.
The impact, when he said 385,000 physical, it's like, oh, well, duh.
Yeah. Like, I didn't hear Kendrick sold 280 something this year and go, oh my God, Kendrick is eyes. I automatically went to the rules are different. There's no way you take the same hiatus you did with Damn, do 600, and then take the same hiatus and go way lower. You know
See, I knew it was an issue, and then we could kind of like transition to to another topic. But I knew like it was an issue, and again, don't judge me, y'all. Nah, for real.
Nah,
I
don't
upset.
judge.
I was upset. I had my cape on. I ain't gonna lie. I had my cape on.
Turn to Superman. What's up?
When I seen Ed Sheeran sell like 40,000 copies, bro, I was like, wait,
what?
What is happening in the world?
Look who got
I
saved
didn't
on
know
second.
that.
It was a crisis in my
he's
home,
the
bro.
biggest artist in the world.
What
like,
the fuck, Ed? It was like 80,000. I think he did like 80,000 in the
83 was
first
light.
week.
Yeah, that's
and
light
then
for
I
me.
just saw it was like a trend ever since So I want to say Ed Sheeran started the trend. And shout out, like, I'm
never
sorry.
started the
time-
low streaming
The low
trend.
streaming-
I'm so sorry, bro.
I don't like how
that
we
you had
counting
to-
this. I
And
don't
that's
like
what
how we
But
counting
see,
this shit,
we still
man.
got to use our brains,
I don't
bro.
like
Because
it.
at no one point did you go, oh, that just means Ed Sheeran is booty now.
Nah, I thought
Right? I
y'all thought
know
he was
you did.
booty.
Huh?
I thought y'all, like the people, the masses might have thought he was
Yeah, he
booty.
said something's wrong.
Yeah, like
I can
me,
understand
I
your
was like,
perspective.
oh
Okay.
wait, this shit.
So I'm saying, it's still
that
him.
nigga got
Yeah,
little baby
yeah.
on this shit. Like I was rocking to that shit like it was the new Drake. But I saw like everybody
kid is
else
stupid.
wasn't really vibing, or maybe the record sales. Like it's a lot of power in media, and we talk
Sure.
about that all the time. Like the perception of just media in general.
Absolutely.
And you know, I listen again. I always talk about my vice outside of entertainment and podcasting and video games or whatever the case may be. Is sports. Like
Yeah.
that's why I go to. Right. That's why I get my release for everything from the world, from stresses,
That's your
from
sex?
family.
That's your sex. That's what he gets gratification from.
Watching Steph Curry is my sex.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
my sex. Yeah. That's how I feel.
That's how you get it off.
That's how I get it off. You know, that's for me.
This nigga
It's your
horny.
reliever, right?
I watched the game this weekend, and like they were tied. It was a really good game, and then out of nowhere, Steph Curry went crazy. I saw it.
Oh, you seen
I can see why it's exciting.
You saw the 4-pointer?
He started wilding.
No,
It's involved.
because 4-pointers don't exist.
That's right.
Yo, she got
Trick
better.
question.
Yo, this is crazy. Yo, that is like the bare minimum knowledge. Like,
we gotta know.
Yeah. He walked out. He's wilding the fuck
We
out.
gotta know.
This game
no,
tonight.
it was tied, and then he just like brought them up like 30 points or something. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
he
God,
went
that
fucking
was- that was
bananas.
so
She sounds so
exciting.
amazing.
Yo, shout out to your man, yo. Shout out to your man, bro.
And
Shout
he's
out.
so patient because I'll ask a lot of annoying ass questions, and he always
through it.
answers them like, yeah.
That's how you know you got a good
Yeah.
Yes.
Before we get into breakups, I want to ask y'all a question. No, listen. Because real quick.
Okay.
I want to talk about Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan.
This
I
poor
want to
girl,
talk
she
because
just
you
be
talk about
living
basketball games. I saw
Poor
Michael B.
girl.
Jordan.
Poor girl. Just mad rich. Cause
No, that's not what I meant.
Nah, she's rich in a lot. is she talking about?
I meant she doesn't. She just lives her life,
I'm
and we
sure.
all dissect her. Like,
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I get
I
you.
see what you're saying. Okay.
Lori, I did not call you broke. I swear.
When she said poor
they're
girl,
being-
that was
they're
mad
being
funny.
instigators.
I thought I was about to say, poor girl.
Oh
girl.
no, I'm in no
What
position to
about
talk about
She leave without a baby every time.
But she just be living her life.
That's a fact. You was talking about the game, and I was thinking about Michael B. Jordan just looking sick. Like, I know what that feels
Y'all
like.
y'all
I know, no, but
Yeah.
he did. Nah, he
People
looked like he had
was ODing.
COVID. He looked like he had COVID.
No, he
I ain't gonna
didn't.
lie. He looked like he was going through the 15th strand of
Little
COVID
vision.
out with Corday.
Strand.
Like that nigga.
It looked like he had a
oh,
little
shit.
variant in
Yeah,
him.
yeah. It looked like he had a little something. But before we got there, we was talking off air about it, and I just wanted to get to you, Devvon,
know.
because I think I heard Alex's.
shook the
I
name.
think, or maybe we reserved this.
Okay.
But we were just talking about crushes, like your first crush ever.
Right.
Your first celebrity crush.
Oh, celebrity.
When you saw somebody and said, "Oh my God, she is beautiful. She's
Right.
amazing." Like
Right.
I could see her in my life
Right.
at the age, the point, the video, the magazine, whatever it was.
Right.
Who was your first crush?
It's definitely a core
ever?
memory.
Damn, my first crush ever. How old?
When
you were
your
younger.
first crush
When you were
ever.
younger.
The
Just
first
ever.
So let
The
me-
first one that
I
made
can-
your dick tingle, you know. My fault.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what happened.
I know.
no
when I
disrespect to
saw-
Megan
You
Good.
couldn't get
but
hard yet. You was
Megan
tingling.
Good.
And you can think about it.
First?
So let me flesh this out. How we got here. We was there was an artist that came on.
Okay.
Levens was on the aux. I heard the artist. I said, you know what I said. But
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you already know who it is.
Yeah.
We said her name before. Let's say it
but
again.
I'm not
Oh, I
gonna
think
do
I know
that.
who it
Nah,
is.
we're not gonna say that. But she's not my first crush ever. But then it made me think about, yo, damn, when's the first time like I saw somebody and was like, oh my God.
I ain't
I
gonna
know.
lie.
And that person for me
hear
was Maya.
She
That's
was
a good one.
In
You had the right idea.
1999.
That's a good one.
Maya
That's a
was
great
like,
first.
That
that
is a
was
good-
like,
yeah.
oh,
Because still,
Yeah,
even
I'll tell you
still.
mine. But yep.
that was my first crush, and that's
Gotcha.
how we got there. So
Gotcha.
That's mad innocent too.
it was, bro,
Yeah, she's still
right?
a good one.
She's
You know
still
she
a- but
asexual
she
now, right?
looks so good still.
Yeah.
Y'all know she asexual,
That's
right?
what, like, think about.
I respect it.
Y'all know she married herself.
What does
Nobody's
that mean?
good enough for her.
Look it up.
I feel you.
She married herself. That's a G.
What does
I
that
feel her. She
mean?
said
What-
these niggas whack.
Asexual means you're not sexually attracted to anybody
Yeah,
else.
she ain't meet me yet. That's what that means.
So she's not sexually attracted to
That's
anybody
what
else?
that means. I did not run into Savon Slater on the street.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Fuck outta here.
You know, I worked
Fuck
with her.
you mean
Devvon,
asexual?
she legally
One
got
time.
married to herself.
She did.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
I didn't know you could do that.
I know you could
Yeah.
identify
wrong.
as asexual.
Hey, to each his own. If you're happy, honey, you know.
That's
But also,
fly
like,
shit.
who
My
could
fault.
tell her
So
that?
you got the right idea.
No.
So yeah, y'all, do y'all remember your first crush?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm.
Let me hear that.
See,
Now I know
see,
who it was.
you see how
Look,
we
look,
opened
look
it
how
up?
you turned
see,
on.
you see how we opened it? That nigga said, yes.
Yeah, look how you turned
my
on.
dick tingled.
He said, I know the shit that made my dick tingle go.
You know,
Look,
I was
look.
absolutely in love with as a kid.
You better not steal mine. I'm gonna be mad. Go.
was so in love with
Say
her.
it. And don't. I'm gonna be angry. Don't.
Aaliyah, bro.
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
Of course.
I loved her.
Everybody
she was
loved
the one.
Aaliyah. I'm not mad at
She
that.
was,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
she
yeah,
was.
She was.
She was the one.
She was. I'm
Like
not
I
mad
seen
at that. That's a good
Aaliyah,
one.
I said that's the one.
Maya and Aaliyah. I like our
Maya
lineup
and
so
Aaliyah.
far.
Yeah, it's the same
Yo, let's
kind
see
of-
if they fuck
It's
it
the
up.
same kind of like
Nah,
vibe, like the way that
yeah.
they carry themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to hear
I
this.
love
Like
that lady so
sexy,
much.
yeah.
Oh, she was so my type.
Like if we were building a Mount Rushmore, I think we got like two so far.
Yeah,
so I want to
classics.
see where they take it. I want to
Okay.
see Reggie's. I want to hear Devon's. I mean Alex's. I'm
my
sorry.
shit?
where you going? Where you going?
That Megan Good. I knew something was
That you
good the
younger.
first time
Yo,
I
you,
saw.
do you see how the age thing? Because I'm older than you. Mine is
That's
older
just the
than
one
yours.
I remember.
And yours
Don't do
is a
that.
little
Don't do
step
that. My
above.
dick was tingling before that. This is just the one I was super remembering.
I don't know if your dick was
He
tingling.
trying to play me. Oh, you're like 14. No, this is just the one of the ones that was really.
Megan Good was on Skeeter.
Oh shit!
And we was a little old.
forgot.
Like,
I remember
Yeah, she was
like
too
when
old
I,
for
when I
me,
first
maybe.
saw Megan Good in
Maybe
like
like me
movies.
alone.
She was like, I was taken aback by how pretty Megan Good is. The first time I
Yeah.
saw her movie, I was like, wow.
Then when she
like,
got with
I
a
was
pastor.
like entranced. Yeah.
Feel
Oh,
me?
Devin Franklin.
You know him by name.
Why
That's
you
your,
know
that's
that
your cousin. Devvon Devvon. Oh, that's your man. Oh, that's
Devin Dev.
you said that shit like he was a celebrity, bro. Like
you know, y'all kind of look
She
the
was
same.
with Devin.
he said that shit like.
Devon, let me find out you was fucking Megan Good this whole
I
time.
was. Come on, bro.
You kind of look like the.
The narratives. You scare me so much when you say things like this.
I like our three. Yo, Reggie, you got a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Mine's not
I'm not gonna
exciting.
lie.
Mine's not exciting.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Mine is trash.
We gave you
She gonna say Bill
Maya.
Nye the Science Guy.
We gave you Maya, Aaliyah, and Megan Good.
Those are good.
Now
I
you
couldn't
the
take
only,
this time
got
to
good.
make up a
She was
cool
good.
answer, a funny answer, but it's so distinct that I can't dishonor myself by lying right now. It was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, that's fine.
Nah, you had the right idea. That's that soccer
No,
money.
That makes you taste, man. Like that. I'm
No,
not
and it
mad.
was
I see
such
what
a
you
big
was doing
deal.
with
Like
that.
I said it 1 year when I was really young, and my parents just thought they still think
What
like
you
he's my
mad
celebrity
Madrid
crush.
jersey?
Like they
He's the
held
one.
on to it. They were like,
Cristiano.
that's your guy. Like they held on to that one. I'm like, Mom, I don't even look at him.
Like,
anymore.
Mom,
I think
I don't
our
even watch
list is
soccer, Mom.
really good.
Cristiano.
I never would have guessed that for you though.
It was.
I didn't, yeah.
I was really young. That was like you asked first crush, and that's the first person I remember.
We are honestly, we did it in ages.
We did.
Like real talk.
We did.
Because even for her to say that, it's like, yup,
Yeah.
there we go. Like
Yeah.
the younger, like it's like the youngest thing you
Yeah.
could probably. Because I'm like, damn, that's new. To me, I'm like, damn, he's like a new guy. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say he's a new guy.
new, for me,
He's
For
still
you.
competing.
he's a
though.
newer guy.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
still
but
in
he almost 40, closer to 40 than 30.
Yeah, he's probably almost 30. But it's just weird
I
when
like
I hear
our
that.
list. I like our list.
Yeah,
It's dope.
That's a beautiful list.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
that's I like that.
some
Different
fine
flavors, you know what I mean? Different all that.
Yeah.
That soccer
All
money. I
legends.
see you, right? That's that soccer money. You always had the good ideas. She always had the good ideas.
Reggie
She know how to pick them.
Yeah, I was about to say she know how to get to the money.
Yeah.
Laura,
Yeah.
oh, Elise is
giving
Laura
gold
London.
Yeah. Lauren London?
His is Laura London.
Oh, yeah, he young.
That's
bro.
interesting. That's how young you are.
Yeah,
You know what I
young.
mean? For her to be like, wow, the girl.
The
So
first one.
ATL had you just mad moist.
Nah, he was watching the game when Lauren
Mad
London was
hard,
on.
mad moist.
Nah.
So when you saw T.I., your shit was rock hard.
Yo,
Oh my God.
That's
Save
what you're
on.
saying, right? He
Save
said when
on.
he watched ATL.
This
You
has been
got
the
you
need to
gotta
know.
watch out what you say, bro. You say, yo, I seen ATL, my shit was rock hard. That's what I heard you say behind the camera, bro.
Yo.
You and Laura London. It's high, bro. You and Laura.
shout
Do
to
you guys
Lauren,
still have
man.
celebrity crushes?
Today, yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I know. Simone.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? What'd you
But
say?
she ain't a
But you won't say yours. That's why I don't respect you.
but
That's
you
why I
said
don't
You're not a
respect him.
celebrity?
That's why I
I ain't
respect
got
him.
no celebrity crush.
Say it out loud.
I know, and I don't have anybody. I feel like people don't believe me when I say that. Like I genuinely
You don't, because you got
Nah,
a
I
man.
do.
We know you
No,
in
no,
love.
even before
Nah.
I don't know. I never like design. Like my favorite celebrities are Will Smith,
My
J.
man.
Cole, but I don't have a crush on them.
I'm not lusting. I haven't.
I don't have a
not
crush on like
lusty.
Chris Brown. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I'm not lusting over no celebrities right now.
But my crush is based on like
You could
who
actually.
they
explain
are.
it.
Who
Make it
they
sound better.
are. You get what I'm
You
saying?
could
sound
Like,
actually
better.
pull her.
I love their work. I like
Savon
their
is
work.
blushing.
Nah, me too.
Yo, hold up. I
Drop her
like
name,
their work.
though.
I like what they create.
Drop her name,
So
though.
it's not necessarily
Bullshit.
like.
Can I say it?
Create.
I mean, we said it.
I'm about to
mad
drop my
times.
joint right now. He
But why we
playing.
gotta
Who's
do
your
that?
John?
I will wait for you. I've been talking about Tim for the last 3 years on this podcast. Attest to it.
He said 3 years.
Attest to it.
Before the pandemic.
Before everything. Before y'all
everything.
knew Thames, they was asking me like, "Who you feeling?" Thames.
This is why I say. So I know Alex should be an A&R.
Yo, but they don't want me to. We gonna shut up. They don't want that.
He said, I've been on Tim's.
Yo, you really did discover her.
Yo, it's him. But they don't like to say it's him. So I
Yo,
be chilling.
look.
I be chilling. They don't like to say it's him.
You scouted Tim's.
I make it look easy. That's the thing. When you make it look easy, you gotta understand people not gonna give you the credit you deserve sometimes.
That's true.
Can we talk about that? Because you tweeted that and I loved it.
Oh
But
my
can we
God.
just talk about it?
I tweeted, you gotta remember, like, if you make it look easy, remember that sometimes people are not gonna give you the credit you deserve. And I just had an epiphany with myself the other day because I'm like, yo, there's a lot of people that hit me and call me as if I just do nothing. Like, there's people that hit me and call me, I just think I do the podcast once a week and then I'm just chilling for the rest of the week. And it just led me to think, like, wow, a lot of people don't understand what it takes for us to be who we are because we dress it up so nice. When you see me, I might give you a bunch of jokes. When you see me, I might be smiling and I might be wanting to still link up with you for another event. But it's like, I feel like a lot of the times people don't understand that, like, yo, it takes time, but it's also a reminder to ourselves to understand that you should understand that it's gonna be that way.
Yeah.
Because people are now so comfortable with you just executing it all the time.
Yes.
And making it look easy. Devvon, you do a very good job
So
of that, right?
what is what do you want to not solve that? Like I'm not asking what the solution to that is,
Yeah.
but are you saying like we should be more transparent about the hard days, or what do you mean?
So
Like-
for me personally, it was more of an epiphany of understanding. Right.
Okay,
So
okay.
I don't like to just try to be like, oh, this is the reason why people is. I try to really try to understand it. And off of the conversation I was having with that person, I'm like, I could totally understand why this person probably just thinks that like, oh, he don't really do much. It doesn't take
Yeah.
much to be Alex.
I hear you.
And it's like, it's because I make it look so good in front of your face.
you make
Yeah,
it
I
look
hear you.
easy.
Y'all make it look flawless.
I hear you.
You get what I'm saying?
I
And
feel-
it's like,
I feel you so
it's
much on
important to understand this because sometimes we might slight other people for being like, why don't you think about me? You don't understand all the things I do. No, they don't. They got the whole of the life they live in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more of an epiphany for me.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I did.
Yeah.
So my sister happens to be here, and she's been walking around with me a lot. And the other day, I had her realize, I said, in the span of 4 hours of me being in like 3 different groups of people, how many people ran a million ideas by me? I said, how many people like sat there, and it's okay. It's okay.
Fine.
It's fine.
We accept it.
But I was hoping that she could see, like, do you see what it's like just being like doing so much things, and then as soon as it's like, everything is hyper. Like,
and if you're not paying attention to how Devvon's life is, you can now harbor resentment for Devvon, assuming that, Devvon's never
Damn,
busy.
he forgot about my
Devvon
idea.
forgot about me. And it's like,
Fuck
it's
that.
just so much other things that get into this gumbo for us to get this food, boy.
That's true. I will tell you right now, I will fucking forget your birthday. I'm
too.
going to fucking forget.
Fuck your birthday. I said that.
I'm telling you now.
He said, "Fuck your birthday."
I am
Yo,
going
don't
to
miss
forget.
my birthday, bro.
So let's get it
you my
right.
man.
Yo, don't
And
miss
you
my
might not
shit.
get a call from
I
me.
would forget your birthday, but now I set alarms. I
Sorry.
set an alarm for Alex's birthday.
I try to remember to even do that.
Reg.
Like, I'm not gonna listen. To know me is to understand me.
Ooh, that boy pod.
So for me, it's just like, if you resent me because I'm not giving you my time, any nigga on earth that says I don't give them the time,
It's mad niggas saying that about me.
you don't understand me, and you have no idea what my life is like.
You want to know what's funny? It's crazy that we're talking about this. I was just talking to oh my God, what the fuck? I was just talking to somebody
sound
about
like me
bro,
now.
because listen, so there's this running joke in my family. Y'all
Yeah.
know I got a ton of siblings,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So whenever I come around, I think I said this on the last pod of last week, the running joke is, yo, Michael Jackson's here. Right?
Oh.
Michael Jackson, he made all of his siblings schedule appointments with him to talk. Like, he made his family do that. Like, that was Michael
up, MJ?
Jackson, right? And so my
hard.
They
family,
be like that
when they
sometimes.
see me, they like, oh, Mike is here. He finally showed up.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, yo,
Do y'all know?
if only you understood what it took for me
Yes.
to even just be here, to decompress,
Yes,
to put
bro.
myself in a mental state, to just want to be around love, to want to be around family, to actually carve out the time. Like, I don't have the luxury of relaxing. And a lot of people really don't understand that. So I'm actually going on vacation next week. I will not be here.
Good for you,
And it
bro.
is
Enjoy.
the first vacation that I've ever taken where I told all streams of communication, from working with Joe, from working with HBO, from
I'm
working
out.
with the Need to Know podcast. Like, yo,
Yep.
I will be off of the grid.
Yeah.
If you absolutely need me, of course, my phone is always open to y'all. Please feel
brother.
free.
About to
Like,
dip
let
too.
me know.
We won't harass
You
you.
But
gonna just, if we
I
shut
will
it down,
be gone.
let's go.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I will
Out.
be gone. I need to be gone because I've never done that. I've traveled. You
Right.
know, I've
Sure.
been blessed to be able to travel, and I go places. I've been to Toronto, Miami, all these other places. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or
I've
you
been
need like
there,
a break.
but I've never turned my phone off.
Yeah.
And I've never cut accessibility to me.
Yeah.
And again, people see us do what we do at such a high level. My mother called me this morning. Holy fuck. My mother called me this morning on my way home from walking from the gym. So I just finished working out. Before I clocked in, I'm trying to wake up. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get ahead of my day.
Right.
I'm already thinking about going to work. But whenever my mom calls, you already know. I got to pick up. So boom.
gotta scoop that.
My mom calls. I'm like, hey, mom, what's going on? How you doing?
Right.
Because my mother, she just not graduated. She's in the process of graduating from Johns Hopkins
Amazing.
University.
Congrats to mommy.
My mom.
Oh,
my mother.
That is shit.
Johns Hopkins University.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy in itself.
Johns Hopkins
alone.
University, right?
Oh,
Okay.
That's
After
amazing.
receiving her bachelor's with 4 kids, putting herself through school.
crazy.
After receiving her master's with 5 kids. I'm sorry, not 4, 5 kids.
Okay.
Damn, I forgot a sibling. My bad, little nigga.
Disrespect. My bad, little nigga.
He forgot the last
sure
one.
he'll love
like-
that one.
Yo, baby,
Got
I
your
love
little
you.
ass.
But after doing all of those things, right,
Yeah.
still
That's
putting herself
incredible.
through college,
Amazing.
still holding down the fort, still
Oh my
holding down the
God.
house, still wanting to like excel her education. She's in the midst of going to school, taking 2 classes and working full time on this fucking insane job in like somewhere. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, so please
We'll
mark
mark it.
that
We'll mark
because
it.
yeah,
Rob was like, yeah, I
it's
know.
like everything involved in that shit. But
Yeah.
she hit me this morning when I was walking home from the gym, and she was like, "Yo, baby, it's hard." And I was like, "Damn, what you mean was hard, Ma? You're not in school no more. The semester just ended." She was like, "It's hard trying to be great."
Oh boy.
And I said, like,
boy.
it just hit me. I said, Ma, first off, you're not
boy.
trying.
You're
You are great.
excelling.
You're great, and
What
you're
a
trying to
great son.
maintain your greatness.
Exactly.
That's what's hard.
Exactly.
Because you're already great. Look at all that you've done. You put
Yes.
4 black men through college, and you're working on the 5th black woman, my youngest sister. All of us through college. All of us do degrees. All of us qualified for whatever field that we're in. You did that.
Wow.
Right.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? You
Amazing.
had, I was 7. She was 17 when she had me.
Right.
So to think about that to where she is today and all that she's doing for
Progress.
herself and for her family, I'm like, no, you aren't trying to get greatness.
Yes.
You are greatness,
Right.
and you're trying to maintain it, which means you're constantly working at a high level.
Yes.
And that's hard.
And thank you for reminding your mother of that.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
and
that's
I think that's
important.
kind of where a lot of my tweet was even based in. People not identifying with what it takes to achieve this level of greatness, right? We do this podcast every week. I know it's some of my followers that see us post the same type of graphics, promo vids, and now it's been in their brain. Like, oh, that's just how Alex is. Here's a better example.
Yeah.
I was around a group of homies the other day. This made me feel away. I ain't gonna lie. Look at me being honest. And
I hope
we were
they hear
talking.
this.
I'm always honest. Though. Don't do that. And we were talking about the Arby's clip going viral. One of my
Oh
homies.
yeah, I want to hear this.
Oh my
wait,
God,
hold
right?
on.
It's-
Were they
hood
hating?
niggas, hood niggas.
What they
one
say?
of one of the dudes was like, yeah, you know, that's just what they do. They used to that. And I was like, word. I was like, word. But then it was just like the convo kind of just died down, and it was like, on the low, I wish we would have like fake got more into that. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like they're just so accustomed to seeing us do this at such a high level all the time. Where it's like, I can't put that on, bro.
Right.
He's
That
at a
was like a
place in his head
backhanded
where it's
compliment.
like he sees Need to Know as a super established because they've
Yeah.
been doing it for so long.
I get you.
So it would be whack for me to take it personal in that moment. But I will say in that moment, I kind of felt that way. Like, damn, y'all are just so used to it where it's like when some ill shit happen, it just feel like the same.
Yeah, that's some super. Do you realize how super ill that moment was? And to the point where even I sit back sometimes and I'm like, holy shit, that I glazed over that. Like I remember when this happened, I remember picking up my phone like, oh, that's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
We was doing the same thing.
And going right back and trying to and doing something
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
And I was like, fam, like I hear you.
Yeah.
Like I just understand you. I have nothing to say about it. I just understand you.
And it was
like-
more of an understanding thing, Devvon, where it was like, again, in the moment, I fake wanted to get tight. Like, what? Fuck out of here. Like, this was different.
He must have been your OG.
Nah, he not.
He had to be your OG.
He
Because
not
Alex be ready to challenge anybody.
do.
That's true. I
Alex
hear
be
you.
ready to
I'm
challenge
trying to
I hear you.
anybody.
I'm
Yo,
trying to
bro,
stop saying
I
I'm
hear you.
sorry.
Didn't I tell you about that
respect
time one of my
Yeah.
OGs said that weird shit and we
Yeah.
connected on that?
Yes.
Where I said, I think I had just got my crib or whatever. Somebody had told him all the things I was doing.
Yeah,
he was like,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I heard you a little entrepreneur over there.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what?
So now, is it hate or are you just so accustomed to me doing
They don't
great
realize
things?
the
What it takes, right?
the impact of that.
Yeah.
I am
like the weight
They
of
group
that.
it together when you're great.
I'm a grown ass
You
man though. Like I'm
Yeah.
in my 30s, bro.
You feel
like
me?
You don't like it's just a slight. Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
It's like what do they say? What's that? It's condescending. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a little entrepreneur
Oh, you're a
over
little
there.
entrepreneur, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
And it blew
And see,
mine.
that's the thing. I'm starting to realize a lot of it don't be stemmed from condescendence, but more just so like, we're just used to it now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm starting to realize a little bit. I'm like, it's not that my homies don't love me. It's not that they don't go hard and that they don't show love.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we just know that's what they do.
I think
It's
there's
like,
a deeper
damn, what a
conversation.
feeling.
So I've been pretty transparent about my journey in therapy.
Right.
So I talked to my therapist, whatever, and I haven't been in a little minute, but I spoke. One of the things I spoke to my therapist about.
We're gonna get you back in there now.
Nah, we gonna have to use the need to know therapy budget, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna talk.
But no, one of the things that I spoke to
my God.
her about was just like how we kind of make things look easy to the point where it almost gets taken for granted. Like, and not only that, like it's hard to almost share good news. Like,
oh my
God.
sometimes it is very difficult
You triggering me.
for you to share good news and how you
triggering
feel
me.
about yourself.
You triggering me.
because people take that and they project it on you.
You triggering
where
me.
They almost get exhausted by hearing
Yeah, and you can
good
see
things
them getting
happen,
exhausted.
and you don't really have that
Exhausted.
community. Like it's maybe far and few between where you
triggering
share those moments of like, yo, I'm excited. Like I'm still allowed to be excited about dope shit.
Yeah.
Like don't make me feel bad
Because now it
for
could
wanting exactly.
It could desensitize you from good things.
It could
It
desensitize
does.
you.
And
it
I
makes
think I've been
You
desensitized.
dim your light.
it makes you take exactly.
That's why
It
on
makes
this
you take it for
podcast
granted.
we celebrate everything. We celebrate the
Yes.
album. We
Because I
celebrate
know y'all
the
happy.
moment.
Because I can tell y'all genuinely happy for me. But bro, behind closed doors, bro, like yo, I don't tell people shit.
I know.
Like I know certain people. If I tell
It
them,
makes people
tight,
uncomfortable.
tight.
It
makes
makes
them uncomfortable.
people uncomfortable
Very.
when you want to just celebrate your hard work and what you've done,
Yeah.
or even acknowledge. You don't even have to celebrate. Like, and I think that's one thing that me and you relate on. Devvon Terrell, because people who aren't watching, I'm talking to Devvon. That's one thing that you and I relate on is where I don't like to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Same.
It's very tricky for me to be celebrated.
All the guys here are the same with that.
So
Yeah.
my mom, if
hard.
I called her right now, every single birthday in my family gets celebrated.
Right.
We all figure out the day of the week of whoever's birthday. We're gonna celebrate it. We're gonna get a cake. What do you want to eat? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do gifts. You could be 38, 48 years old. We are gonna celebrate your birthday like you were 5 years old. And that's just what my family does.
Right.
So every year, January 14th comes around, my mom asks me, Savon, hey, what do you want to do? Mom, I just want you to be there, my bro. I don't really want to do that because I already feel bad because I feel like y'all are celebrating me all the time while I always have an announcement or, oh my God, I got this amazing new job. I'm working at HBO and now I'm Michael Jackson because I can't come to the fucking family event because I'm working a little bit extra that day.
Little jokes.
You get what I'm
Truth to
saying?
every joke.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
I
a little
learned
bit of
that.
nuance in
I don't
every
like
joke.
that.
Yeah, of course.
And I
of
feel
course.
you on that. I feel fucking horrible.
I know.
Like amongst a lot of, you know, and that's not, I don't want to say it's not their fault, but there is some fault there within people's own characters of insecurity. I remember there's
You just hit
certain
it right on
people
the
that
head.
I've even brought by my home when I first got it. And I remember like being excited and going, oh, I can't show everybody this. Like miserable. I'm talking about I like, oh, like they couldn't even hide it. I was
They
like,
start talking
oh,
about, oh, you
shit.
know, I'm actually about to go get a crib myself. And it's like, yo, bro, this
I
is
didn't
not-
ask you that.
This not even your
This-
moment.
I didn't ask
Like,
you that.
I didn't even say that. Let me just get this
I
off.
ain't
real
fucking
quick.
asked you
We're not
that.
in competition. I'm just saying this because I love you.
Yeah.
And I think that you would appreciate that I told you this, gang.
Yeah, and I'm sharing this with you, and I'm like, yo,
Shit.
you know where I've been, you know where I come
Yeah,
from.
bro.
Look at this, yo. Wow. But then it's just like, yo, you feel it, and that once again, I always go, and that's what I think the celebration of my birthday. I think that's where it's fucking stems from, bro. I never could put my finger on it. I had an idea when I was 17, and my dad.
Absolutely.
But I think that's where it really stemmed from. It's just like me feeling fucking bad and feeling like I feel like I have to dim my light. And I'm pretty sure there's people,
'Cause you been that
there's
nigga.
people I'm around, friends and family, that I'll be like, yo, bro, that's not true. I'm like, yeah, I know, but yo, I feel like it's I always just do these elaborate things that is like, wow, and I hate that. There's certain people's parents, for instance, that'll be like, oh, like Devvon. I've always been that kid. You got to do it like Devvon or be like Devvon.
yeah,
Since I was a kid, I've always been like that. So to me, I've always been like, shut up.
like
Absolutely.
Like, because I in my head, I'm like, yo, ma, don't do it because they're gonna fucking hate me. You understand what I'm saying?
They're
Like
gonna
that's,
resent.
and they're gonna resent me. You know what I mean? And
it's not your fault.
It's not. There's nothing you can do about that. It's like, nigga, I'm ill, nigga. Like that's it.
Yo,
like
I hate those little comments. Like the
I
little
hate them
comments.
too.
Like if I think you literally said this, but like if I go to hang out with friends or something, they'll make a little comment like, "Oh, she showed up this time." I'm like,
up. Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm like, you don't have any idea
Fuck
how
out of here.
much.
Y'all be with me.
I'm like, how like how.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Well, you deserve that.
Whoa.
He
Oh,
said that's how we are with him. Man.
You know what? No,
You
no.
kind of earned that. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie,
No.
my nigga.
If you notice, whenever we make fun of Alex for that, I'm on Alex's side. I'm
She
like,
do be on my side.
like,
She do.
no,
Fuck
he
y'all
doesn't owe
niggas. She
us.
be on my side. Fuck out of
I
here.
want your attention. I want your fucking
But
attention.
yeah,
You
people
don't.
don't
I just
know.
FaceTimed you. Didn't pick up.
I was
Keep
on a
talking,
flight.
Reggie. Keep talking, Reggie.
On a flight.
Yeah, that's your little excuse for today. I'm gonna
My
call you
little
tomorrow.
excuse. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
What you say, Reggie? I'm sorry for cutting
Oh
you
no,
off.
that's it.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I was
No,
on a
but I
flight,
get
bro.
that. I get that. And anybody who may not be in that position, because I know everybody that's listening, they
mindful.
may not be able to like understand exactly.
But let's talk to the people.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the other side.
Just understand,
Yeah.
like people are going through shit that you may not understand, that you may not see. Like I really had to break it down. Like, yo, you do not understand, and I'm just talking about myself, like the role that I play in so many conglomerates. Like I had a real life breakdown last week, just saying like, God forbid, and I'm not even gonna put another crazy. God forbid I get arrested for a week.
I think about that shit all the time.
If I get arrested for a week, right? And I could, well, a week ain't gonna kill me. But if I get arrested for a week,
My God, Savon.
think about all that it affects, right? This is what I had to tell this person. Like, yo, I still upload our podcast, right?
Right.
I make sure the edits and everything. I go home every time after we record. I go home and I make sure this is up and running. I connect with Rob.
Yeah.
Rob shoots me his assets. We go through it.
Yeah.
That has to go up, right?
Right.
Wednesdays. The Joe Budden podcast, I still am solely responsible for those uploads.
Right.
If I have too many drinks and I oversleep and I don't forget to do it, it does not go up.
It's your fault.
You get what I'm saying? There's millions, hundreds of thousands of people that listen to that. I affect that. That affects business on their end.
Absolutely.
I get arrested for a week. Again, I'm working with HBO. Something happens on that front. just think about all, and that's just from a business standpoint, not featuring the fact that I'm an older brother, that I'm a son. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that I have responsibility, friends here in our group. Imagine I don't respond to our group chat for a week, or any of us don't respond to the group chat for a week. Like, just think about that. Like, you don't understand what people are going through and the roles that they play in their communities, in their circles is bigger than just you and how you feel.
I think about that in the sense of sorry, Reggie, go ahead.
No, but I basically just what I just said, like that's why the little comments get to me sometimes, because it's like I'm also going through something where I'm investing a lot into my relationship because it's relatively new, and then my family's also going through something where my brother is like, he moved, so like the responsibility kind of falls on me now to be there for my parents.
Absolutely.
My friends group, a bunch of my friends moved to New York, so now they want to hear from me. I'm working for like 6 different outlets. To balance all that is really hard for me because I always say I want to rest. And obviously prioritizing my rest days, like to balance all that. So when you say a little comment like that, it's very loaded. It's not just me being lazy and wanting to sleep.
It's kind of
like,
triggering.
You know,
You're
so
triggering.
that just reinforces like what you guys have been saying.
Absolutely.
It's pretty triggering.
Because then for me, it goes, oh, I find it as disrespect because you just assume I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Every time I hear some shit like that, I just go, oh, you have
You think I have time? Like,
you just don't even try to imagine my life when you don't see me.
Yeah.
And that has a problem.
I try to, you know, something funny I do with my family, and this is a joke, right? But since I'm my family, in my house full of women, like just women in my house. And freaking, sometimes I'll be sitting, it is, even my dog is a woman.
Great life. That's fire. Wow.
And I realized now that was a mistake. I should have got a boy dog. Just for some other testosterone in the house. So fucking, sometimes I'll be doing something, and I'll be on the computer, like sitting there, fucking focus. And I got the women, because I did this the other day, and the women are there, and they're talking to me, oh, we need this, blah, blah, questions, all this. I said, excuse me?
Ladies.
I know you might not think it, but I'm actually at work.
I know it don't
I said,
look
I know
like
it don't look like it. I know you see me just walking around. I get to be free, but I'm actually at fucking work.
Yeah, because you work from home.
I walk around my house all the time saying, no one respects my job.
I say it all the time.
I say it all the time.
Picture you walking around, like saying that.
Because our work look different.
Yeah.
Our work is very
It's
different.
not a traditional 9
My
to
shorty
5.
always be like, you ain't got shit to do tomorrow. I'm like, yes,
I
I do.
do.
You don't understand.
Oh, I be getting so like,
She's like, you don't have to. I'm like,
offended.
yes,
Like,
I do. I said, I know I can
bro.
make my time myself,
That's the
but I
same
need to finish
thing.
this.
And
like,
even like social media, that like setting aside time to cater to our social media, that is part of our job. Like,
social media is a job. Like social media is a job. When I know I have to post something, I'll be like, literally, I'll text Levin. Shout out to Levin because he takes over the social media for HMD, which is a whole other fucking company.
Salute to
so
him.
sometimes I'm so like, I'll send him the post. I'm like, yo, post this up at 3 p.m. Get that off of me. Like him doing that job, he doesn't know. I realize how much help that is, so that I don't have to sit, caption it, tag, blah blah blah. Like,
that's
it's a lot, bro.
Digital marketing is a thing. Digital marketing is a fucking thing.
Yeah,
so now,
A lot of
shout
that
out to
shit.
Levin. Shout out to Rob too. Rob hold us down on the Thursday Morning Post.
Rob,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Rob be there.
I'll be there.
Yo, that acknowledgement got him a little.
Robbie did.
he
I told him we
blushing.
could drop a little later so we could sleep another hour.
My sister runs the HMB Studio one now.
Hey, that's
you know,
fire.
Anybody just going through that phase, like I think it's just important to have those conversations with the people that you love. Again, especially like our age range. A lot of people are becoming parents. A lot of people are getting married.
Figuring out life.
I think, exactly. Like just allowing people grace to like just fucking grow, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like,
leave me
just
alone.
fucking grow. And I will say this: anybody listening, because I know a lot of like people close to me listen. Like the Michael Jackson jokes, it's an honor. First off, no, we all love
Look at
Michael
the
Jackson.
comparison.
You could have called me anybody else. You chose the greatest nigga ever, so I am never mad. Like, I'm not mad at all. But I do understand where it stems from, and like I want y'all to know, like it's all love. It's always gonna be love. If anybody ever needed me, all you got to do is pick up the phone. I will be there. But since we're on the top of the Michael Jackson, Alex, you brought up a conversation off air that I did want to talk about. It's very interesting now that we're like moving beyond almost 10 plus years of Michael Jackson. I think he passed away in 09. But Mike has been gone for a really long time. But I think everybody on this couch and on this podcast and a lot of our listeners can remember the impact or somewhat of the impact of Michael Jackson. But we've reached a debate. And that debate is Michael Jackson versus Chris Brown from a talent standpoint.
And I want to find a tweet. This was tweeted by Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark is a pundit for what is it? Pivot and ESPN.
I'm too
right?
scared
A pundit
to say
on
my opinion.
ESPN, and he's also a host of the Pivot podcast.
Right.
One of my favorite podcasts. So shout out to those guys. Ryan
Okay.
Clark, he's super dope.
My fault. I'm fine.
But yeah, as Alex pulls that up, I want y'all to just think about it. And again, this doesn't have to be a drawn out debate. We don't have to get into personal. We don't have to get into any of those things. We're speaking from a talent standpoint. I want to say on like episode 3, and if you're listening to this, you can binge watch everything, but do not listen to the first 10 episodes.
Hey, I was on
Why?
8. Nah, listen to episode 8. I was on that.
He was on it.
Yeah, listen to the one with Devvon.
Yeah, but outside, don't listen to any of it because we were just young. We were fucking green as fuck. We were figuring things out. But if I do recall, we had a conversation about talent and some of the people that are just the most talented human beings walking this earth.
Right.
Chris Brown
Is up there.
is at the forefront of that.
Yes.
I think Jamie Foxx is the
Up
second
there.
person that comes to mind for
Yes.
me personally.
Yes.
And then we can compile a whole nother list. But when it comes,
Beyonce, was she on that list?
Well, we putting her there now.
Not the
We put her there now. We put her there now.
Nah, she
Don't
is.
do
Nah,
that. Don't do that. Beehive in here. Don't do that.
Of course.
What do
of
you?
course.
What was
Of
that
course.
reaction?
Nigga
You
said
was
Chris
like,
Brown play ball.
See, I
Don't do that.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it. That's all. But yeah, Beyonce would be on that list.
We're gonna put her
of
now.
most talented, of
Okay.
course. But yeah, it's a list of just the most talented people in the world, or from my perspective at least. And Chris Brown was on there, so it's interesting to see that Ryan Clark kind of brought up that conversation between
I
Michael
want to know
Jackson.
what did he
I believe he
side
said
with?
Chris Brown.
He said Chris Brown is more talented than Michael
yes,
Jackson?
he sided with him.
Okay.
But I think he was speaking from more so of a just a talent standpoint.
like a
Right.
skill.
And that's
Skill
what we're
level.
speaking from
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
We're not speaking of catalog.
Okay.
We're not speaking record sales.
Okay.
We're not speaking anything
Thank God,
outside
Pierre.
of
Okay.
just talent.
Chris Brown is the reason why R&B niggas had to stop dancing. Because if you wasn't
keep
doing it on the
going.
level of him,
Of him.
it was clip. When I seen him dance, I stopped dancing. I'm dead ass.
Yo,
Y'all think I'm playing?
The people that you be having beef with,
Like,
I gotta
I
listen
get
to
that. I didn't think
Yo,
about
I
that.
stopped. It was clip. You look dumb. You're Chris
Nah,
Brown.
because I
is-
was wondering why niggas
killing
wasn't
you.
singing in the rain no more.
Chris Brown went crazy, nigga. When
Keep going. What you mean?
I remember the first time I
low
seen.
key. Like,
Fake did.
I remember the first time I seen Chris Brown fucking dance. It was the BET Awards. All the girls in my class. I wasn't really sold on Chris Brown yet. It was the first album, and I remember he was at the BET Awards, and I was like, "Oh, that's the Chris Brown nigga." And he got on that fucking stage and ate, nigga. Bro, I remember sitting with my mom. I said, "Oh, he the one."
Yeah. Like, nah, I think
he reevaluated.
I think this the nigga different.
This nigga said, "Wait,
Yeah,
hold up,
yeah.
choreography."
He the one.
Yeah,
And, he,
this one might be
and he
different.
walked off the way he walked off the stage was
Yeah.
like pussy.
Yeah,
And I was like,
like he was
the
talking to
one.
you. He was
Like he
talking
was
to
like,
you.
"Dumb- told you, dumb nigga."
Yeah,
And that was it. And I stopped dancing. It was clip. I was in my little group. I used to be like, bang, 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 stupid pussy.
Oh my
Come on,
gosh.
pussy.
There used to be choreography. There's not even choreography.
'Cause you
It's
look-
just like, can you dance?
You look crazy.
Can you
I
dance to
mean,
the level
I'm
of Chris
not mad
Brown?
at it though because it's like you need to be you need to have good choreography. Then people aren't just doing choreography just to do choreography.
You gotta be-
He's
but
raising the
ill.
bar.
What,
Like
the
I'm
bars?
not mad at
Yes.
that.
Who's dancing today besides Chris Brown? I think he
Oh,
trademarked.
if somebody else could dance, not
He
to
really
the,
scared all of them.
No, I think-
Okay,
wait,
not to
hold
the
on.
level of Chris Brown.
No, but period, Reggie.
No,
Think
no,
about
no.
it.
No,
Who is
exactly. So,
dancing,
hold on.
period, that's also
No,
an
okay,
artist.
so you don't have to be the Chris Brown because he's just untouchable, but you have to be good to do it.
Can I make a very good
That's why I'm
suggestion?
saying he just raised the bar, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. So you know who's really good at who the only person that's carved out like a little niche as a male artist? Like,
Bruno Mars.
wow, that's a different kind of dancing, but nigga, you smooth. Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
He be
But see,
kills
no
it.
one's making fun. No one's like, oh,
It's
you
in the
can't
hips
dance like Chris Brown.
Because he's so good and clean, and you can tell he practices his whole sweat, like everything
See,
about
so
how he moves.
People can still do it. I'm
True.
saying like you just
But I
have to
think
do it
that
good.
But let me rebuttal.
Okay.
Because I'm rebuttal man.
Rebuttal man.
Bruno Mars, we wouldn't classify him as strictly an R&B type artist, where Chris Brown transitioned from R&B. He started as
In
because
R&B.
that era, if you were black and you were singing,
You was dancing.
no matter what,
Yes.
you was dancing
You had
and
to
you were
dance.
R&B. I
That's
don't
true.
give a fuck what it looked like, what it sounded like. You were R&B. That is what it was. Now, today we embrace I guess R&B or black artists as pop acts, right? So now Bruno Mars, he's pop. He's a pop act. So I'll see choreography from pop acts. Like it's strange. And again, going back to my guy Ed Sheeran, he just put out a video with fucking Lil Baby. Him and Lil Baby put out a
two of your mans link up.
That's your dream collab right there.
That's his dream.
Look at your fucking dream collab. Lil Baby and Ed Sheeran.
Yo,
you got a poster in your fucking room.
The tune is fire, bro.
He's waiting for the concert. Waiting. Nigga waiting right now. Word.
The tune is fire. But I remember seeing a little bit of choreography, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Ed was doing it? Ed was dancing?
Ed, like,
come on, Ed.
Bro, pop stars still do fucking choreography.
Nah, he in love with the shape of you.
R&B artists are not doing it. Like, it's not a thing.
Look
Nah,
crazy.
Devvon, start dancing. Dance, nigga, dance.
Bro.
Dance right now. Dance right. Go Dev. Go DeMarcus. Go DeMarcus.
Go.
Nah, see, that nigga doing good. My son got a little something. Go on YouTube to go watch it.
But then you watch Chris Brown, he just fucking eat. Yo, it's the way he moved is so I get hyped. No one gets more hyped than me when I catch a good Chris Brown choreo scene. Y'all know I'll go to certain videos sometimes and I'll scream, eat, Chris, eat. Fucking, so for me, I think R&B, when it comes to the dancing, that's what throws me off. It's just that the level, when Chris Brown came, he fucking annihilated, and it made other R&B choreography feel really corny and cheesy.
Then he did us a favor then.
I can see that.
And to kind of add to his talents, like, he knows how to tattoo. He knows how to play hoop.
He draws.
He draws and shit. Like, he can act.
Nigga.
He was Megan Good's boyfriend.
Damn.
In real life?
Damn,
no. In what was it? Think Like a Man? No, was it Think Like a Man?
No,
Think Like a Man?
That's
no, wasn't that
Stomp the Yard where he died in the first 10 minutes?
No. In Think Like a Man, Megan Good was there, and then he was the shitty boyfriend.
Yeah, that's think about this Christmas, right?
He was the ex.
Yeah.
He was the ex, and Romani Malco was dating Megan Good, like as the couple thing, but Chris Brown was the ex. I remember that. Yeah.
This is Ryan Clark's tweet. Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. ... There, I said it. Have a great week. I do not care. He said
he knew he was fucking the top lineup.
You know, that's how you gotta
He
fire
chose
off.
violence.
No, that's how you have to fire off an opinion like that. Be like, I don't care what you guys say. Like,
I don't care. You out Chris Brown and MJ. You put CB and MJ in the Talent Olympics. Chris Brown wins.
See, he needed a Twitter edit button.
He did.
I'm so scared to say my take. Lord have mercy.
But so since you said that, I think we could assume what your take is.
Not really.
No.
I'd rather not say.
A Talent Olympics?
Okay.
Because this is where the old niggas gonna be like, yeah, I wasn't there for Michael.
You know what it is?
They're saying it right now.
I have a valid.
We weren't.
A valid.
Have we been
something I would like to bring to y'all.
A live Michael Jackson show?
Within this. Facts.
I almost did.
Oh shit.
Facts. I think I almost did too. My grandmother was a big fan. What I'll say is this.
Yeah.
When Michael Jackson arrived, we never fucking seen anything
like it.
Like we never see nobody move like that or dance like that and stuff. He was an anomaly.
Or sing like that.
Just ultra talent. Like, wow, this nigga is the one. Especially coming up from a kid. We forget he's been building a fan base for years.
Yeah.
So when I look at him and think about how artists could only be put out through what? Through labels.
Right.
There's only one. You know what I mean? There was only but so many artists. There weren't even a lot of artists that you knew about at that time, like in the 80s and the 90s. It's like, here's our artist. This is who we listen to.
Right.
If some new guy cuts in, we knew, oh, that's the new guy that the label's pushing that cut in.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Brown is such an anomaly to me, and the reason why I give him even more respect is because he's in a place where there's a million people that dance. Everybody dances, everybody moves, everybody does this stuff. There's a bunch of people, even just street dancers, videos and stuff like that we see.
Yeah.
And he annihilates all of them.
Yeah.
He is the best technical dancer I've ever seen as an artist.
You want to know what I think
from
helps
a technical
him?
standpoint?
People, we've been able to see him showcase his.
I'm talking about artists. I said artists, not the twins, not the famous, not my nigga Matt Stefanina. I'm not talking about none of those like elite. I'm talking about artists. Chris Brown is an artist.
Yeah.
Jason Derulo's ill too. Yeah. He slept on. I
feel like he's been able, and we've been able to view all of his talents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a Michael Jackson. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know his other talents because again, they ain't grew up with the iPhone. He wasn't posting. I
don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else he was capable of doing except being a very good artist.
He
You
strikes
feel
me
me?
as
So
so-
now
he
Chris
strikes me-
Brown, like we see videos and clips of him doing mad different shit.
Yeah.
So for us younger generation, for y'all oldies listening, hey Pa, hey Unc.
Auntie,
I just
hey,
feel like,
auntie.
hey Aunt, what up, baby?
Yeah, auntie.
I'm just telling y'all, we weren't able, and y'all weren't able to see the other things that these celebrities could do, right? Because again, back when labels was labels, back when Michael was being him, they only wanted you to be one thing. Isn't that
Exactly.
correct?
That's it.
And they don't want you to show any other shit.
No.
So we're just saying from what we seen.
I can't compare, bro.
Nah, well, no, musically,
That's
talent,
from a
yeah.
talent
No.
perspective.
Just
I'm just
talent.
saying for me, I
Sure.
can't fucking compare.
Sure.
That
Because
is-
I would be honest, like if we weren't faced, or if Chris Brown wasn't faced with the horrible tragedy that like derailed his, or just changed the trajectory of his career, I think he would be an awesome actor. I think he would be an amazing actor. I think he would get all like Usher. I saw Into the Mix.
oh my gosh.
what is that?
It is a movie with Usher as the lead actor.
It is
got
not
him as
good.
the lead?
It's not good.
It's a tough one.
ain't good.
He's a DJ.
It's not good.
He was a DJ.
See, it was not good. Like, so I've seen Usher try to act. And it's funny to think when you go back, like, and you say dancing. I remember when society really had a conversation about Justin Timberlake being a really good dancer.
Oh, remember that? Oh,
and maybe he was for that time and for that
Yes.
choreography.
As soon as he fucked up, let me shut up.
So it's just niggas be fucking up, right?
Soon as he
So
tore
when
that-
niggas fuck up,
Niggas
just be a
be
little different.
fucking up.
Niggas be fucking up. Niggas pulled out the titties.
Soon as he
I
tore that
seen it.
titty.
We seen the titty. We seen he
Nigga
was
said that he
wildin'.
cannot dance. They said he was trying to break dance and threw a titty on. They said he cannot
Yo,
dance. That is it.
He fucked up the
Black
choreo.
people
He
were
fucked up the
really
core
mad.
with the tit. They said, nah, he can't dance.
Black people were really mad
They
at
were
Justin
very
Timberlake
angry
for
about
him.
that.
I'm saying it like I'm not
Very
a black
angry.
person. Black people were really fucking. I was a kid. I didn't understand. I was
kids.
like,
Oh yeah, I
Who's
didn't know what was
kids?
going on.
I never
Like,
understood.
I was a kid watching TV and I was like, titty.
I thought it was fire because it was sparkly.
Nah.
Yo,
Yeah, she had like a little like.
dumb.
This shit is sparkling. What the fuck
Nah,
is that?
And the song was "I'ma have you naked by the end of this."
I thought it was on purpose.
Nah, they did it on purpose.
I never
It's-
forget.
that's
I never forget
conspiracy.
who I was with that day. I remember it was an adult, and they were like, "Oh,
Respectfully.
they in mad trouble."
Not respectfully though.
JD said they in mad trouble for that. Like I was like, they in trouble. I didn't
Y'all remember
understand.
the Dave Chappelle skit? You have really nice boobs.
You have
American
great-
boobs.
You have great New York boobs.
New York boobs.
He would interview.
I saw Jan. I said, "You have really great Super Bowl boobs." I ain't never seen no titties on the Super Bowl.
You have great New York boobs.
Nah, that was a great.
Respectfully, this is alright.
He asked you a really funny random question. Then he was like, "All right, thank
Yo,
you.
you know
you
who's
have
still
great New York
fine?
boobs."
You know who's still fine and older?
Who?
Mary J. Blige.
Oh
Yeah, she's still, bro. I had to show. I had to
I'm
show
ready to turn
leave-ins.
into an uncle.
I had to show leave-ins. I said, "Yo, bro, Mary is. I want you to go
Hey,
look at her.
yo.
you ain't know she was thick. She a thick lady too.
I want you to.
yeah, her body. Yeah,
I want y'all to
She a
just
chick lady.
just see what's behind there.
It's like that.
She got a back, of course.
What?
Just see what's attached to the back.
Okay.
She got a lovely face.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Like, all right.
Mary
Now,
chick.
Now.
Mary
Auntie
chick.
Mary,
She is such an auntie.
I turned into an uncle though.
She's very much an auntie. What are you saying?
So, like,
to an uncle.
all the niggas that used to smoke crack, they age gracefully.
This has been the
Need
Need
We're
to
done.
Know
We're done.
podcast.
I'm not gonna hold you,
We're
bro.
done.
Thank
It's
you.
a part of their story. I'm not
It's-
making fun of them.
subscribe.
It was a thing, bro.
The
I
need-
was- Samuel L. Jackson.
Whoa.
That nigga remember all the lines and used to smoke crack, bro.
This is done.
Bobby Brown, excuse me. So I saw Bobby Brown on the Breakfast Club. He's doing like, bro, it was a wave. They can't help
Nah,
the
'cause it
era
was
they was
it.
in. Like the era they was in was the era they was in. I'm not putting that on them today. Like that's a part of her story. Mary J. Blige has spoke about her trials and tribulations in interviews. I watch all of these people I'm talking about.
If anything, you giving her a
That's
compliment.
what, like they say black don't crack. Crack don't crack.
The crack don't crack. That's right. Now get your shit off, King.
I'm not gonna
It
hold
don't.
you. I'm
Yeah,
not
I wanted to
gonna
give you
hold
love,
you.
but I can't do it.
I'm
Nah,
not
but
gonna
it
hold
don't.
you, bro.
That was funny.
Because Samuel L. Jackson looks good.
He
He's
do.
an Avenger.
He's still kicking.
I forgot
the nigga
about
was
that.
a dead crack. He
Yeah.
talks like
Nah, yeah.
again. I'm just speaking because I just recently watched a Breakfast Club interview with Samuel L. Jackson. It's
Yeah.
old too. I don't know how it popped up in my algorithm.
Look
but
what
he
popped up in your algorithm.
He spoke about it, bro.
About being on
Like
crack.
I like to go backwards sometimes and just learn about people. He spoke about it like, yo, yeah, I used to be on crack and I stopped and that was my drug of choice.
was their
I used to
weed.
drink like
That was their
it was
weed.
normalized back
It
then.
was,
Like
it was.
niggas be
That was
talking
their
about
weed.
certain drugs like that was a thing.
Yeah.
We lived through the Molly era.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody comes up to me today and be like, yo, I got Molly and ecstasy, I'm going to be like, yo, where the fuck you get that from?
Facts.
But back then, that was a normal thing. Yo,
Molly
I
was
remember
the
prom.
shit.
During my prom era, Molly was mad common.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
was.
sure I popped a
fact.
Molly during my
Molly
prom
water?
sequences. Like,
I never
it
did
was
one.
just fucking common.
Is
It
the
was a
Molly era
thing.
like over?
Well,
They
I think
perks
Because
now.
I
They
couldn't know
perks.
because
the popular, like the very when I'm talking about, it'd be a nigga with a water bottle. I'm like Molly water or any. I wouldn't take drinks. It was Molly was everywhere.
It
like-
was just a wave. And so
Yeah.
I understand, like, back then,
perks
they
now.
weren't educated on what the fucking effects of crack was. So
Yeah.
everybody was just smoking crack, bro. Like,
As soon as
that
your
was
first
a thing.
tooth
And
fell
so
out.
I should be able to talk about niggas who passed
He right.
in advance
Crazy.
past
He right.
smoking
Nah, he
crack.
right. 'Cause some of
Mary
your
J.
faves was
Blige
really- yeah.
just was on a Super Bowl
nah.
and she's admitted to smoking crack.
Yo.
That is an
I
account.
don't know
I
why
wasn't
he's
talking
saying
about
smoking
her
crack is just
doing
funny.
that.
Still fun.
She was going through a lot at the time too. I want to say
Absolutely.
She's going through a lot.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta ask my grandparents if they
hard.
tried it. I ain't gonna lie.
Life is
You
hard.
should. You should. Ask
Life
them.
is hard.
Ask them. No funny
I'm
shit.
not gonna lie.
All our faves done did it.
People
Word.
got through it.
All
bro.
of my favorites did crack.
Never know.
That's not true. All my favorites did
Yeah?
not do crack.
Who your fave?
Who my fave?
Yeah. Watch this.
That's from the 80s. That
Will
grew up
Smith
in the
is one of my
80s.
faves.
Yeah, he
that
did
grew
it.
up in the 80s.
He didn't do crack. Will Smith ain't do crack.
He should.
Yo, how you know?
MC Hammer did crack.
Yeah.
I'm
Trying to tell you something, nigga.
Come on.
Yo,
he
that
didn't.
niggas not understanding. You
No,
know
he
how we
didn't.
got Za now? Niggas had crack.
Biggie did crack.
that shoulder movement.
Never get high on your own. Come on, man. Fuck out of here.
Alright, but okay.
Nigga.
Alright.
No, he did not.
He sold it. He sold it.
So
He
what?
still
He
exchanged.
sold it to his
still-
mans.
But he never did crack.
But he still
How you
had
know?
some kind of encounter with
You
crack.
never tried to work?
He still had.
Also, I think we'll
encounter with
never
crack.
know if that person
I
didn't
try
do
to
it.
work before you push
Who
that.
gotta try it? No, what you do is you take it, you put it on your gums, and if your gums
Look,
go numb, you're like,
look.
that's good
So
shit.
you tried to work.
I've never done that.
He said allegedly.
Don't do that.
So that boy tried to work. Now we been there before. It's alright.
You be like,
Ooh, hold on.
Ooh,
That
this
shit hit.
numb.
Start feeling like Samuel L.
We are not drug addicts.
That's why everybody got
Devvon.
veneers.
Alright.
Hey, I got my
Niggas
body
see
done.
fall.
Nah, word. That crack did it.
Nah, facts.
Punch them shits right out.
Yeah, crack ain't no joke. I like my
Punch them
teeth.
front teeth out.
That's what niggas don't understand.
I ain't gonna lie, man. We still have a ton to talk about, and I think we should probably save that for Patreon because I did want to talk about Michael B. Jordan.
Meet
Him
us
looking
there.
sad. I want to talk about him being sad, looking sad in the stands. I think
Damn,
we
I wanted
all-
that on the main episode.
Nah, I
Fuck.
know.
It's okay,
But
it's okay.
I don't think we made it to the main. My boy was sad, bro.
My boy.
Like, I don't really like seeing, and I know he got a lot of jokes coming his way. I know there's a lot of speculation about, the women the type of women that he likes, and if this was a publicity stunt, if he was really sad. But I think as men, and as women, I'm sure, Reggie, you could counter me if I'm wrong. But I think as men, when we go through like a real breakup that affects us, we wear it on our sleeve, bro.
We do.
Like, we can't.
Yeah, you know we hurt.
Like, I
can't
could
hide
look
it.
at that, and I know there's a lot of jokes on the internet, and we don't know how this is affecting this man, but it's good to laugh at rich
Say
people
more.
sometimes.
Nah, I ain't
know,
laughing at him. Because I know what it feels like to
No,
be
no, because
annihilated.
also we want to advocate for mental health all day, every day, and then who knows what this man is going through, and everybody's just
Yeah.
attacking him.
Because if it was
We
a woman,
understand.
But I'm not here. I'm
I'm not
defending
talking
him.
about you. I'm
I
not
know
talking
what
about you.
heartbreak look like.
if
I'm
it was
talking
a
about the
woman,
internet. I'm like, you guys want to, like, you know what I'm saying?
We run to her aid.
But I'm like, I also know joke.
I'm
we
just
joke on the
saying.
timeline. I also know that too. So
if it was a woman, we would run to her aid. And we would be like, wow, like we would big her up and we would give her support. Like we wouldn't make fun of her and kill her. Men, I don't know why this is a thing. When men get cheated on, we are a running joke.
But is it for real that she got?
Oh, I have no idea. Excuse me. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck going on.
I thought
I've
it
been
was
seeing-
breaking news.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Let
And
me
this
help
is-
you out, my boy.
This is why I don't want to talk about because I have no fucking idea what happened. I'm not trying to start nothing. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Hey, I'm
My
gonna give
bad.
it up on Patreon.
yeah, we'll talk in depth about it.
we'll talk
Yeah,
about it. We'll talk
because I
about
don't
it a
understand
little
what
bit.
happened. Like everybody's making these jokes, and I was like, why is he is a joke? And then it was like, oh, did she blah blah? And I was like, really? That's all I heard. So I don't.
what else I
fucking
wanna
It's
talk
gonna
know.
be such a good conversation because also the rumor we don't know was like she wasn't ready to settle down, and we
I
can
heard
also
that.
we can also talk about women dating in their 20s. And yeah, just head over to Patreon.
Yeah, I think
Gonna give it up over there.
there's
Nah,
one more
Patreon
thing.
a perfect place to talk about this.
Did you see how I've been quiet? I got.
You know why?
Because I'm not gonna say what I want.
Yeah,
to
Alex
say.
has been quiet. I'm sorry. I see why.
A lot of people was like a little upset because apparently he likes just to date white women. So there's like a lot of rumors about this being a
sham.
look.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta- it's a
I heard
look.
that in the beginning when they
Because
started.
it's like he's trying to change his image, she's trying to change her image. they may be like the perfect people to change each other's
dumb.
images.
That's dumb. 'Cause-
I'm just talking about.
No, not you. I'm just talking about what they're saying.
Not
Yeah.
me, bro.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about them.
Niggas, I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm talking about that when I say it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, cause why would he need someone to clear that he doesn't want to deal with white women anymore?
Because he was getting at one point
if you gonna keep dealing with
Yeah,
them.
right.
he was getting annihilated at one point, which is not right.
Guys, Patreon.
You should be able to date who you want.
Maybe on Patreon.
Yo, I'm gonna say this.
Write it down or something.
Maybe on Patreon, bro.
Yo, flag this, Rob, because
She's been
He
in
gonna
these
say
podcast.
flag this before you say it. It's
yeah,
crazy.
if I say flag it, he know to flag it.
Yeah,
He's a great flagger. I ain't gonna lie.
Flagger?
I be going straight to
The
the
best
edits.
flagger in
like,
the
yo,
game.
this nigga be saving mad time.
Of all
Flagger?
the podcasts.
Yo, all right. So, and this is the name I'm gonna bleep because he's wild powerful. But did y'all see the thread of having wild side bitches in different cities and fucking with mad bitches and making them sign NDAs? And did y'all see
but
this?
what was the thread? What was in the
ain't
thread?
send
Just
it to
claims
Bro.
or proof? Because I would love to see the proof.
So listen,
I think that's juicy.
I'm not gonna talk any more about this. I'll continue off air. But head over to Patreon if y'all want the real.
Yo, this has been the Need to Know podcast. Thank you for coming.
I have nothing to say on that.
Please
It
come
is
back.
what you need to know when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. Again, like we said, head over to Patreon. We got a ton of new content, extra content over there. If you want to connect with us on the week-to-week basis, you can catch myself, Savon, Alex, Reggie, and Devvon Terrell over there.
Yo.
Also, go binge watch all of our old previous episodes. We have a ton of unrated content. Again, it is what you need to know when you need to know on the Need to Know podcast. God willing, we will be back again next week. Peace out, y'all.
Gang.
What you need to know, when you need to know,